It's February 13th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fantabulous Friday, a fabulous Friday, a fantastical Friday. No, now
I don't think that's a word, Joel.
Nope, don't think so either. I tried, but I didn't do it. But we're here, and we got a fun show. We got a big show. We got a lot to go through. Well, we already did that one. The bad. Anyway, you know what we do here. Jeremy Lambert is here too. How you doing, pal?
I don't know what we do here. How do you expect other people to know what we do here?
We've been doing this show for long enough. People have figured it out, right?
I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no.
I don't know. We'll throw a wrench into their plans. How about that?
Okay.
How about we give them an interview today? How about that? Should we do that?
All right. Yeah. Is this confirmed? I can't say it. It'll fall through if I say anything.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it on Wednesday, but yeah, the plan is in about 10 minutes, Mercedes Martinez is going to join us. She's going to be here to talk about not just her amazing career, 25 years in the wrestling business, spanning every major company you can think of, indies included, and she has a great match coming up at Smash Wrestling's Any Given Saturday. That's going to be next Saturday, the 21st in Toronto. She's facing Jody Threat for the Smash Women's World Championship. And believe it or not, this is only the second time that Mercedes and Jody have had a match together. So I'm very much looking forward to talking about that and everything. She's a Women's Wrestling Hall of Famer. She just got inducted, and I know she's very proud about that fact. But we got lots of stuff to talk about. Big Batman fan as well, so just saying, get ready for that.
Do we ask her about racist Batman?
So I feel bad asking her about Bucks County Batman.
Yeah, we're not gonna ask her about Bucks County Batman, but I don't feel like that accomplishes anything if we ask about Bucks County Batman, especially if she doesn't know Bucks County Batman. You know,
that's true. I hope she doesn't.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
I feel like I also feel like she wouldn't be friends with them.
But, yeah.
You know, just kind of a feeling that I have.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine she is either.
Anyway, so the plan is that she'll join us at 10:15, so in about 10 minutes, and we'll talk about so much. We got a lot to talk about with her, but I'm looking forward to that. I was telling Jeremy off the air, and I think some people know this, maybe you don't, but I've been kind of following Mercedes's career for quite a long time. She's one of my favorites to have watched wrestle over the years. So for us to have been offered this, I know for some people it's like, oh, it's just Mercedes Martinez. And for me, it's like, I've been watching her work, and I love when she's on cards that I get to see. So looking forward to talking to her very shortly. But yeah, we got news to talk about, which we'll get to. Not a lot in terms of TV, because I mean, it was just TNA last night, and that show was, the show was what it was. You saw my notes, so you know how I felt.
The format, Joel, make sure the format is correct. But this is not in the format, even though we announced it and everyone knew this was going to happen.
That's right.
It's not in my format.
Exactly. She's not a good character. This is the problem with this show.
That sucked.
Oh, we'll get to that and plenty more. We'll talk about.
No, we're not. We're not gonna.
Well, we can make fun of it.
No.
I
mean, yeah, sure, we can make fun of it. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be making fun of it, but I ain't talking about TNA.
There were a couple of fun things on the show we can talk about.
Were there?
Yeah, I thought Swan and Nemeth was a good match. I thought they had a good time out there. And big ups to Bear Bronson getting the pinfall on Jeff Hardy, and the System come out on top in their 8-man tag event. So there was some good stuff in there. The Knockouts division is kind of swimming upstream and trying their best, but they'll hopefully pick it up after this show. I don't know.
Okay, I have a poll question for everybody. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, allegedly. Poll question is very simple. How are you, or I can't spell or speak or type. How are you spending your Valentine's? I typed Valentina's. Valentine's Day. Alone? With my partner? In bed? What?
I have big news for you.
What?
TNA
No.
Rebellion
No.
at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland. Let's go.
Fuck.
You're
I'm
going
gonna
to
go to this, am I?
yeah. Woo. And it's on April the 11th. This is the day before AEW Dynasty. So that means I have to maybe do a post show from a hotel room in Vancouver.
I'm gonna go to this, aren't I?
You should, man.
Going. If I can get tickets, I'm not going. I'm not paying.
Well, you got to reach out to the guy who might give it to you.
Well, then I'm probably not going.
Well, you never know. If you bring a camera and document the whole thing for socials, you might get.
I'm not doing any of that. I don't want to go to work. I never want to go to do actual work. If I'm gonna go, I want to just hang out. You know, I don't want to. I want to enjoy the show. Are you enjoying the show? I want to be a fan. I do not want to have to work. I definitely don't want to do social media. Like, hey, let me do my vlog and everything. I'll leave that for people who are actually good at it, like Alex and other people, and Malcolm.
Just become BDE's sidekick for the show.
I mean, I don't know BDE. He seems like a nice guy. That's fine.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, they just announced they're going to be doing Cleveland, Syracuse. Those are the two shows, and neither of them are live impacts. There are no live impacts planned. So,
I'm not going to. I assume there's tapings after. I'm definitely not going to these tapings.
Oh no! It's just the pay-per-view.
Oh, it's just
just
Rebellion's like an actual pay-per-view, right? That's not one of their
actual pay-per-view show.
Okay, that's not one of their plus shows.
That's why I was talking about doing a post show, because those are the things we do now. Is we don't do the plus shows anymore.
I don't know what post shows you do and don't do anymore, Joel.
We don't do the plus shows because they air on Fridays, and we don't counter the
all right. I don't. Are you countering the Collision post show on that Saturday?
Yeah, but that's their problem, not ours. Actually, we might not, because the Collision post show. So these pay-per-views usually end by like 11:30. So,
if Macklin's on the card, I'll go.
He'll probably be on the card.
Well, he's fired. He doesn't have a job.
He's probably going to get the world title match at this rate.
All right. Well, all right. You know what? Macklin and Santana headlining. That's a good match. I'm gonna end up going to this dumbass show.
Hey, a Lambert at every TNA show. Ryan Lambert said he got tickets for TNA Sacrifice, March 27th in Nolans.
I don't know what April 11th is.
Saturday.
Well, I know, but like I'm saying, like I don't know if we have anything going on. We got 18 kids, Joel. There's always something happening.
It's an AEW pay-per-view weekend. Of course, you got nothing going on.
Yeah, that means it's a busy weekend.
Of course.
All right.
Shout out to Ryan. He'll be at everyone's favorite show.
Sacrifice! 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 Sacrifice!
I never get old with that one.
I miss
Bob and Maggie co-opted it, but it's mine.
I miss Jay White. I hope he's doing well.
Me too. Well, we saw him at the Wrestle Kingdom show. That's fine.
All right. Back to my poll question.
Oh, yes, that is a thing.
How are you spending your Valentine's Day? Alone, with my partner, in bed, with food is going to be the other option.
Wait, these are all stackable options, though.
Nah.
Alone, with my partner. Those are the only two. But like, I can spend Valentine's Day with my partner in bed with food.
You can also spend your Valentine's Day alone in bed with food.
See? So these are multiple options for these two.
Well, what do you have other options?
Alone, with somebody, with multiple people.
With multiple partners,
multiple people. You know, listen, I saw someone had posted, it was the All on the Board, which in the UK, the service information board, they always put something cute and something funny, and someone had the Valentine's Day and the alternatives, so they used different words like Galentine's Day, Malentine's Day, Palentine's Day, Salentine, and it goes all the way. One of them is Railentine's Day, spending it on the train. And I was like, no.
Oh, wow, that's different kind of.
Yeah, Railentine's Day was another thing when I was younger. Come on. So what I'm saying is
different kind of railing around here.
Yeah, there's Talentine's Day, which they're calling it reading a book. But our pal Lawrence did just say, you know, Talentine's Day is spending the day with Canadian rock band Billy Talent.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I will change it up. Okay.
Also, there's Nailentine's Day, which Come on, man.
I mean, that sounds like Valentine's Day. The same thing.
They're
over
saying
here.
send it doing DIY, which I guess you
That
could
sounds
say.
stupid as hell.
Yeah, then you're just nailing yourself.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. All right, fine. I'll switch it up. How are you spending Valentine's Day? Going out. This can be with yourself, with your partner, whatever. Going out. Staying in. Going in and out.
Great place for a burger, let me tell you.
Going in and out. Proposing at TNA.
I didn't talk about that last night on the post show.
We talked like 40 minutes about it.
I know we did a 20-minute.
Wednesday.
I put the clip up, but I thought I would talk about it on last night's show, but then I just completely forgot. Also because I didn't want to get messages from TNA people being like, "Yeah, we pulled that." We're like, "Yes, we know. That's why we talk about it."
All right, there's the poll question, everybody. The banner is a very, very simple one, even though it's not actually the day, but
it's tomorrow.
Yes, it's just Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope everyone has a great Valentine's Day doing what they want. If this was like elementary school, I would give little candies to all of our friends here in the chat.
Also, today is Friday the 13th. So, if nothing else,
I'm not a horror person. I don't care about that.
No, you're not a horror person. You have to pronounce the OR at the end there. Otherwise, people
horror.
Horror what?
I don't know. I'm not into like the Friday the 13th stuff. Like,
yeah,
I don't know anything about it. I know there's like a new Scream movie for some reason.
Well, I assume that there will be eventually.
There is.
The 7 one. Is it out yet?
No, I think it comes out like it should come out today. It's Friday the 13th.
That's true. That would be clever marketing. That's what we're here for. If nothing else, the show is all about marketing.
Yeah.
Anyway, because we're 12 minutes in, and I should probably get to it. And our guest is here, but first I'm going to tell everyone, leave a thumbs up on the video. We'll do it quickly, shall we? Leave a thumbs up there. I don't get fireworks. I just get a thumbs up.
Hey, your fireworks suck.
They suck. You can also subscribe to the channel. We're marching forward in our subscriber count, and we need you to be a part of it. And of course, donate a super chat. Any amount gets your question or statement read on the air. But of course, I mentioned our guest is here. If and when she's ready for us, she can give me a thumbs up, and we can hop right in and get right to it. I see she's moving things around, so when she's ready, she'll give me a thumbs up and say, "Let's go." Can you hear me? She froze.
Oh no.
We'll get it sorted out, but it's because I took too long. I think the fireworks may have scared me.
Oh, the fireworks.
It's always
set
off
things. Oh, that's my fault.
That's all right. Once we see everything's back up, then we can get to the introduction and get to these wonderful questions with a wonderful wrestler.
Does she know she's frozen?
I don't think so.
Okay,
but also she's muted on our side, so I gotta also figure that out. Yeah. But if she can hear us, then
no, she re-entered in a different.
Okay. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna do this. There we go. Okay. Now we can do it. All right. So she's here. If she's ready, she can give us a thumbs up, and we can get into it. I see a smile.
Just put her on, Joel.
Welcoming now an incredible talent that I posted about her, I burst about it earlier. One of my favorite wrestlers to watch, and she's going to be facing Jody Threat at Smash Wrestling's Any Given Saturday 12 next Saturday, February 21st at the Rec Room in Toronto for the Smash Women's World Championship. Please welcome now the one, the only, the incomparable Mercedes Martinez. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us, Mercedes. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay. It's a little chilly in Florida, but otherwise I am all set and good for the day.
Okay, what is chilly in Florida? Like 60?
Yes.
I'm in Ohio.
I'm a 75 and up type of girl, so I love my heat. But when it gets anything below that, I'm cold.
I'm in Ohio. He's in Toronto. It's been negatives for the past year at this point. The entire year it's been in the negatives. So 60 sounds amazing to me right now.
I bet it's fall weather for you guys here in Florida.
Yeah.
So you're going to be coming up here to Toronto shortly for Smash Wrestling in any given Saturday. It's their 12th edition. You're facing Jody Threat for the Smash Women's title. First of all, how do we get here? Second of all, it's not your first time facing Jody, but I'm sure that you have certain feelings about it. So let's jump right into your return to Smash.
Yeah, I think I'm actually really excited to return to Smash. I know the last time I was here was part of this whole big Canada USA thing, and that was a great experience to have. And just coming back just for a one-on-one, that's a different style of element, especially with Jody Threat. This is not the first time me and Jody has wrestled. We did wrestle in Shimmer back in the day. I don't even know how long ago that was. I want to say probably 7 years ago. And then our paths just never crossed again. So for me coming back to Smash versus the champion and on this last round of mine for this year, it's a dream for me just because I've been watching Jody and seeing how she elevated her game in the last couple of years since I first worked there. So I kind of am excited to see this new style of Jody, this aggressive style of Jody, because it fits right into my style.
Are you aware it was 5 years ago that you two faced off? It was only 5.
I don't remember if it was 5 or 6. I know I got signed with WWE in 2020. So if it was in 2019 probably that we wrestled. I know it's for Shimmer was the last time that we did a one-on-one from what I remember.
As you mentioned, this is going to be your last year as a full-time wrestler. So you still leaving it kind of open for next year to still wrestle one-offs and everything like that?
Yeah. I think my body, I mean, I'm 45 years old, looking great. But I think for 25 years in this business, going on my 26th year, I think I've done all that I could do. Probably more than I expected in my career. So I am leaving the door open for next year, special case matches, like special team matches, one-offs and stuff like that. But I don't want to be on a full-time schedule anymore. I think it comes to that point where I have other projects in the works, and I just kind of want to live the second half of my life, I guess you can say, just enjoying my life and traveling in the sense of not wrestling, putting my body through a big car crash, because that's pretty much what we do every weekend, is putting our bodies through this rigorous car crash of ours. And it's just, my body feels great. Everything feels great. I just think I did all that I could with my career up to this point. And this last run is where I'm going to give anything and everything that I have and give the people and the fans what they want and leave it all on the table pretty much, or in the ring, I should say.
As you're kind of moving through this run in 2026, how much I don't want to call it pull, but how much influence or how much say do you have in your opponents? Because obviously this is something you've been in this business for so long. You're very well respected, a Women's Wrestling Hall of Famer, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But how much say do you have as you're kind of planning this year out?
I think I have a lot of say in what I choose to, what companies I work for. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, companies and promotions. I won't say no, to be honest. I think at this stage in my career, especially in this last run, I want to wrestle the best of the best. Also, I want to wrestle the up-and-comer wrestlers, the new generation, and teach them what I know and what I learned throughout the 25 years in my career. So I think the new generation will get a little bit of an old school hard knocks type of wrestling style from me, and kind of just level them out. I'm excited to wrestle all of the new female wrestlers that I've been given so far this year, what I'm going to have this year, let me rephrase that. But I have a lot of say in what I do and what I don't do, because this is the year that I want to make sure that I show the world what I still can do. I think people have this notion with female wrestlers as you age out of the 30s and into your 40s that you still can't go. But I think there's a big misconception with that. This has been my career for 25 years. It has been my full-time life. Literally, I gave my whole 20s and 30s to this career. So this business at 45 has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. So for me to still do what I do and still be in the top and in shape and at the level that I can excel at, this is the year where just give me anybody, everybody. I don't care who you are, tags, mixed tags, scrambles, it doesn't matter. I just want to work and prove to everyone that at this age, we can still go and still give a a lesson to everybody out there that don't leave the female wrestlers out there, the misconception of ageism and our pays. And that's a whole different topic. But I think this is the year where I just want to do anything and everything and just keep my career going for the last year and literally just say thank you and I'm out.
You mentioned that there are a few names who it sounds like you might already have on the docket, but I don't know if you can say or not. But who are the names that you are kind of looking at? Of maybe if you even don't get to wrestle them this year, but you're looking at them and like, okay, they have something here.
There's a few. I know when I anytime I go to England, it's always a big thing. So I am doing Progress. We haven't announced an opponent just yet. Looking to hold whoever's the champion, I wrestle the champion. I'm a big fan of Riho down there, so I wrestled her. I'm also want to get to Alex Windsor. I know she's with AEW, so that's another name that I want to do on the Indies if she's able to. Anybody in England, let's put it that way, because I love going to England. They have a great crop of female wrestlers out there. When I go to Australia, give me anybody and everybody in Australia when I go there. But as far as in the U.S., the biggest name that I want to get, and not even just on the Indies, it's Natty Neidhart. I've been saying this since last year on my retirement, and this last year is someone. If I can get Natty in this new role of hers, in this authentic self of her, I think just my style and her new style that's going to be a collision course for the best. So if that can happen, that would be great. But if not, just I'm not looking forward to just anybody. It's just give me everybody. The best of the best on the Indies, up and newcomers. It doesn't matter. But Natty will be my biggest one, and Jody Threat, obviously, for next weekend. I'm excited to see what she can bring to the table in this new era of hers. She leveled up her game. But just give me anybody, to be honest. They're just going to see what Mercedes is all about this year.
Now, hold on. With Natty, this is the most important question. Do you do it with the ropes or without the ropes? Is this a blood sport match or is this a traditional wrestling match for you two?
No, I want strong style match. There's a difference with ropes, of course, but more of strong style physicality. With the chains off. I want Natty on her true authentic self, where there is no script nor anything. Let's just wrestle and show the world what we are capable of at this transition in our careers. What we've learned, what we didn't learn, what we can do. Strong style, the power game is my forte. I'm a technician as well, submissions. I'm well rounded, and I think for her, wrestling me would give. I think for her, in my opinion, will give her a sense of freedom to do whatever she wants. Where there is no script, there is no anything. It's we work out there and we give the fans the best of what we have to offer at that.
So a bit of a follow-up to something you were talking about earlier, going to Progress and working over there. Someone that you worked with quite a bit in Progress, and then later on was actually Toni Storm. And you and her not only had matches in Progress, not only teamed up in NXT and faced each other in WWE programming, but also you two were around AEW the same time as Timeless Toni Storm started to build. Kind of what's your impression of the character change, and also just seeing the progression of Toni over the time that you spent with her over the years?
Oh, Toni is a phenomenal talent. I think it's one of those things where when you grow up and you mature in this business and you kind of just learn to have a voice. Females, especially females, we tend to lower our voice a little bit and play the game and cater to creative and cater to everything. And we don't have a say in a lot of things. But I think for her, as she was growing from the indies and doing the rock star gimmick and then tagging in NXT, having those matches, she was having fun still. But I think sometimes your character stales out sometimes. And for her to transition herself to this amazing character, I think that's her true form. If you know Toni, then you know that this is kind of like her true self. She really is kooky. She really is like this fun character in real life, and I think she portrays that very well in AEW. And kudos to her to do this character change and go literally all in onto this character, and it doesn't affect her wrestling ability whatsoever because she's so talented. And if I I wish I would have had the opportunity to wrestle Tony in the 4 years that I was with AEW, but creative doesn't work that way sometimes. It doesn't work in your favor, but I give kudos to Tony. I think she is a phenomenal talent, a phenomenal worker, a phenomenal person. And I think this character transcends her from this rock star to the next level, what she can do. I'm excited to see what she can do in the future.
You mentioned your time in AEW, and you were on the roster for the entire time, and then you just kind of weren't on television anymore until you announced that you had departed AEW. Kind of what happened at the end there of why you weren't being used or anything?
To be honest, and I'm based on facts and opinions, and I don't want to talk bad about a company at all. I think Tony gave me an opportunity when I first got there. We ran with the popularity, and I think it just fills it out for a little bit. Sometimes when you have a bloated roster and so many talented female wrestlers, you kind of just go down the totem pole. And that's what I felt like. I pitched an idea after ideas after ideas. The creative didn't take to it for whatever reason. It is what it is. Was I frustrated with them? Not really. I think, my thing was, if you don't have anything for me that's going to elevate my career, it's cool. I'm still going to pitch the ideas. I'm still going to do the indies and do what I can. The last 2 years were a little bit homebound. I was home for most part. I pitched the idea for me and Diamante to be a tag. That went well for a little while, for about 6 months or so. And then it kind of just fizzled out for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't have anything creative in the works. The time slot for female wrestlers in any promotion tends to be small. And I think that was the problem, is that they had this phenomenal roster of talented female wrestlers, and they just didn't know where everybody was going to fit. I didn't have to be on TV. I didn't want to be on a Dynamite or Collision. I was happy with the Ring of Honor, because that's where you see, a lot of the up and coming wrestlers, which is what I wanted to do, and maybe level up their game, teach them and do different things. But the cards weren't there for me. So I just stayed home. When they were ready to have me, I was ready to go, because they always say, stay ready. And I was always ready. I made sure I got my reps on the independents and made sure that I did, wrestle on the indies. So when they did call me, the rust was not there. But it's one of those things that you can't figure out, because I have no idea why I wasn't on TV or even on Ring of Honor for almost the last 2 years. So I made the decision before my contract was up and expired. I made the decision myself to kind of give them the way out. Also, I kind of just said, you know what, this is going to be my last year full time. And personally, I would rather do it on the indies. I would rather do it my way, with people seeing me full force, seeing me do it my style of wrestling with no chains, and with the creative freedom that I can do on my own. And that's how I want it. I give all the props to Tony. I thank him for the opportunity. I'm very blessed for the opportunity he gave me. But maybe it's just, maybe my style was too rough. I don't know. Rugged and rugged. I don't know. Who knows? But, it is what it is. And that's just what the cards gave me. So I ran with what I had, and here I am.
Were there ever any talks about you producing or coaching, whether that's ROH, AEW, or even beyond, as you kind of start to look at the next parts of your career?
Yes, I did pitch the idea of when we renewed my contract 2 years ago. I gave them the idea of, hey, as I'm getting a little older and my body is going to not want to do this on a full time, can I shadow and produce an agent and help the girls, and even just put matches together, even if it's just one? The idea was pitched out there, and it never panned out. And while we're doing contract negotiations and stuff, I also pitched the same idea again. I just let them know I can be part-time coach, part-time wrestler. I just can't do this full-time. I know what my body's capable of, and on a full-time schedule, I won't be able to handle it with the travel and everything. But I do want to give my knowledge to the girls. The girls, I have much respect for them, vice versa. They take my criticism, and I'm not one of those, bad coaches or anything. I just think that maybe it wasn't in the cards. Maybe they didn't need me. Maybe they didn't want me. I have no idea, but it never panned out. So, what I did also, what I'm doing now is also on the indies, is I'm producing and agent matches on the indies. There's a company that I work for, Rising Star Women's Wrestling. I produce the whole show, agent all the matches. I'm more backstage role than I am wrestling, which is a whole company. The guy, David Santos, he just gave me the ball. He said, this is our budget. Put the card together. We do storylines, and I help them out with everything. So that's a big, big job when you run a big show. That's my first full-fledged thing that I'm going into now. And, I'm helping girls now. I'm training girls now again. So it's my way of giving back without a full big company backing me. But any experience doing that is fun. It's a whole different element. And I'm not putting my body on the ringer anymore.
How is it when it comes to producing matches? And you mentioned that you were producing like the entire card with everything and trying to make sure that every match is just a little bit different. So where, something in match 2 isn't the same as something in match 5. Like just in kind of you've been wrestling for 25 years now, so you've kind of seen everything with that, but just trying to put that together and understand how that works, and maybe even like being afraid to not make mistakes in that regard.
Yeah, it's definitely harder than I thought. Back in the day when I was still, I don't even want to feel like it's back in the day, but when I was wrestling for WSU, Women's Superstars Uncensored, I helped book an agent there too. I helped, put the matches together, get the talent. So it wasn't something new to me. I think this time around, it's just the owner and promoter just giving me the ball and saying, I trust you enough to do this. It's a lot harder than what what people think, for me to do all of that on my own. I do have a few females helping me out in backstage roles, but I pretty much do it all, and timing and scripts and making sure segments are run, and to put 6-7 matches together and making sure that everything follows. It's a tough job, and it's me with a walkie, a headset, watching the monitors and doing everything backstage, as well as still being a part of the show and the meet and greets and anything else that they need me to do. It's a lot for me to do, but I embrace it because I really love this business. And I think with a women's company especially, I want to make sure that we highlight new stars, new up-and-coming females, as well as bringing in the big names to sell the show. So it's a lot. Most of the time, I let the girls be creative in their own. I just let them know, hey, this is what I want. Put your match together. I'll get back to you when you have it together. If you need help, here we are. And then I help them kind of navigate through their matches time-wise, and teach them TV as well, because most of these females, some of the new and up-and-comers don't know how to prepare for a TV-style match, because TV is a lot different than working on the indies. You have time constraints, and you have cameras to look for, so I teach them that as well as we go along through the show.
I'm going to name 3 events, and I'm hoping you can tell me what they all have in common, okay? There's actually more than one thing in common, but the main thing, Girls Next Door, the Summit, and the Can USA Classic.
Oh man, that's all female wrestlers from all over the world.
So yes, and they're all women's cards. I've heard from multiple female wrestlers, women's wrestlers, that it's a good thing and a bad thing. I'm curious about your opinion on the all women's cards, special events, versus having more women on a traditional match card, because again, I've heard all sides of it, and I'm curious for you, you've been on all women's cards, you've been on mixed cards. What's kind of your take when you get into these types of shows?
I love women's cards, full women's cards. I think there's an opportunity to level up your game. It puts a lot of pressure on every female wrestler on a full women's card, because everyone wants to top each other. That's just the way it works. We want to show out. You show up and you show out, and you want to put on a banger of a match, no matter where you are on the card. And usually, full female matches in women's companies, they let you do whatever you want. They want you to show up. They want you to put your highlight reel literally in this match, and everyone wants to top each other. So whether you're the main event or the opener, give it your all. It doesn't matter. And I think that's the biggest thing that I take away from most women's full card matches is everyone's going to give you 200 and then percent and then some, because everyone wants to be the top person. Whether it's sometimes it's the main event is the top draw, but man, those first 2-3 matches or wherever you are on the card, sometimes that would be better than the main event sometimes, because everyone has something to prove on these cards. The locker room itself is amazing because everyone supports each other. I'm always open to any help that I can give to any matches besides my own. I let the girls know, hey, I'm here. I know I'm a top draw, whatever. But if you need help with your match, come talk to me and I will help you regardless of where you are on the card. I want to make sure that you have a great experience if I'm on the card. And that's what any match is. But the Summit was probably one of my favorites. That was an all-star, the Summit was amazing. It was one of those cards where everyone just kind of from promotion to different promotions just kind of just went in, and you saw different styles, it's something unique that I wish can be done again, because it's many companies coming together for one purpose, and that is to highlight female wrestling. So if we can have one of those again, I'm down for it. I'll be the opener. I don't care.
Jeremy's heard me gush about the Summit with guests and on this show. So I was there. I saw it. Yes, 100%. And you had Jordan Grace on that show, didn't you? And that was, again, another fantastic match for you too.
Yeah, Jordan is an amazing talent. And, I give kudos for her on her transformation, on her level up. And I couldn't be any more proud of her. That match at the Summer was also her, I think she was just in TNA at that time, or starting out with TNA, I believe. And then I cut a crazy promo that, to make sure I stayed heel. And I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't touch on this type of promo, but I did because I'm raw like that. I'm raw and thugged like that. So, but yeah, Jordan is an amazing talent. Kudos to her. And I'm so proud of her. Congrats on all of her achievements. But the Summit itself was one of those, someone needs to recreate the Summit this year, and I'll be a part of it. Like, if I got to help with it, I will. We need to recreate that style of just having women promotions, and a match being featured from every women's promotion together. I think that would be an awesome thing to do somewhere.
And this is where Mercedes and Natty takes place as well, at the Summit.
Summer Part 2.
There we go, putting it together. The Women's Wrestling Hall of Fame, you got inducted into there this year. What was that experience like, and finding out about the honor and then attending the ceremony and everything?
I found out about the honor last year. Early last year, they were letting everyone know, hey, you're getting inducted. It was just a matter of when they were going to do that actual induction into it. We did something up in New Jersey for PWU, where I wrestled Tasha Steele, and they kind of gave me the nomination saying, hey, this is your thing, and then it kind of worked out from there. But this is the year where I got my actual award. It was out in Brooksville, Florida. Me and Teal Piper were tagging up against Angel Orsini and Renee Michelle. And it was for the Marines and stuff. And it was cold, it was dark. But to be inducted by Penelope was a surprise. I didn't know a legend as herself was going to induct me, and then seeing Lalani Kai there to support women's wrestling, support me, and I've known Lalani Kai for a very long time. So that was a big deal to me. Doesn't matter where I was getting inducted, just to have my peers and the wrestlers and the fans support me for 25 years and being into the Women's Hall of Fame, not just any Hall of Fame, a Women's Hall of Fame where you have the names of the names and the legends of women's wrestling in there. For me to be a part of that itself is, I was speechless. I didn't know what to say, how to say things. But my speech kind of went into detail, just saying, hey, this is not just for me. Thank you for I gave you 25 years of my life to this business. Thank you. But the award is not just for me, it's to keep propelling the new generation and remembering the present of what we're doing, but also remembering the past, because people tend to forget what that foundation was like years ago before me and where we are now. And I have to remind people that look how far we've come in women's wrestling. And I was only one of many female wrestlers that helped change that landscape and build a different foundation upon what was built before that. So it's not that we're tearing down the foundation. We just kind of leveled it out and say, you know what, we're going to build it this way to make sure that we are all equal in wrestling. Because wrestling is wrestling. It's universal. Whether you're female or male, we can mix it up. Some of the hardest wrestlers I've ever wrestled were female, and they hit harder than the men. They give more than the men. I think it's just because we have way more to prove, and we're constantly having to prove ourselves in the ring, whether it's time or getting more matches. So the award meant something that I did something with my career, and I did something to help translate and help transform women's wrestling. So it was definitely a really, really big honor, and I really, really am blessed to have it.
I'm going to steal Jeremy's question. Who hit hardest?
Man, it depends on the decade. Depends on when. The first time I got hit super, super hard was Lacey back in IWS Mid-South. I beat her for the championship, and she caught me with a huge forearm and almost knocked me out. She hit hard at that time, and that was early in my career, in the early 2000s. And then after that, probably would have been when I went to Japan and wrestled for Stardom. Before Stardom was as big as it was, I wrestled Nene at her 15th anniversary show at Kurokan Hall, and she hit hard. I didn't know I was gonna finish that match. It's a good thing that I wrestle in power, strong style, and can go toe to toe. But she was another one that hit really, really hard. So it's one of those things where if they hit you hard, you got to hit them harder to say, hey, lay off just a little bit. Like, we're not trying to kill each other. We're just, I want to walk out of this match, please. So those are probably the two hardest that I've been hit. For the most part, most of my matches are strong style. They are power hitters. I always say, you can hit me as hard as you can, just be safe about it. As long as I can walk out of the match, we can go as hard as you can, pretty much.
All right, this is where we veer away as we start to wind down. I'm gonna put up a picture, and I need you to explain this Batman fandom. This is from your Instagram.
Oh, that was a long, long time ago. Yeah, I went to. I'm a huge Batman fanatic. Batman is my favorite, superhero / villain in all of comic book land. So that was when I went to a signing and just kind of wanted to. At that time, I took my son with me, and he became a big Batman fan after that. But we were able to see all the characters, got some things signed. So it was one of those things where it was kind of not just for me, but for the little one as well. But I am a Batman fanatic, huge Batman fan.
Do you have a favorite? Oh,
go. That's
okay. All right. Do you have a favorite Batman movie that has come out?
That's just come out? No.
Throughout, whether it's the older ones, the Christopher Nolan ones, the Ben Affleck one, anything.
No, I'm a big fan of the trilogy. Okay. I am. That they did that really, really well. I think Batman, in the sense of being Batman, was really well taken. The Bruce Wayne part was horrible, but when Ben Affleck did his, I think Ben Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne, but a horrible Batman. So it just depends on your take on it. But I am a big fan of Cesar and the Joker, the old school stuff. I am. The old school comics and the old school cartoons and stuff. I tend to still go for that more than anything that's recent, because you can't replicate the old stuff because the stories are always there.
So before we let you go, we have a game that we like to play on the channel. It's called Partner, Promo, Punch in the Face. We're going to give you 3 names, and you're going to pick which one you want to partner with in a tag team match, which one you want to promo off in the ring, just a one-on-one promo battle on the mic, and which one you want to punch in the face, just a one-on-one contest. I guess it would be strong style, which is perfect for you. And we're going to use a few names that you've mentioned today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, Natty Neidhart, and of course your opponent for Smash Wrestling's Any Given Saturday on February 21st, the Smash Wrestling World Women's Champion, Jody Threat. Partner, promo, punch in the face.
Oh man, I can't do this. Jeez. Natty Neidhart, I want to punch in the face. Just because that's the only way we're gonna have our match, right? Get some aggression out. Promo, I would probably Jody Threat. I think that would fire up her ass a little bit and be like, oh shit, like I talked some smack. I talked some good smack with her, and then partner up, of course, Jordan Grace.
I love it. That's you know what? Perfect answer. I thought most people, when they have a match and they're trying to promote it, they're like, I'm going to punch my opponent in the face. No, you went, we're going to do a promo and that'll get us to the match. That's consummate professional. I love it.
It tells the story, right? It gets people, I mean, everyone wants to see everyone get punched in the face, but sometimes if you have a story behind it and you kind of talk some smack and you can back it up, then people want to see it some more.
Well, you're going to want to come and see this match. It's at the Rec Room Toronto. It's Saturday, February 21st. Smash Wrestling, sorry, I can speak, I promise. Smash Wrestling's Any Given Saturday 12. Mercedes Martinez takes on the Smash Women's Wrestling Champion, Jody Threat. Those two are going to tear it up. The card is stacked. Eric Young is going to be there. He's going to be joining us next week to talk as well about the show. So some vets coming to talk and coming to join at Smash. Mercedes, before we let you go, anything you want to plug, put over, and again, we thank you for the time today.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. Just check out my social media. All my matches and upcoming shows are going to be there. Social media, Real M Martinez, and that's for all three, Facebook, IG, and Twitter. I'm mostly prominent on Instagram, so you can find me there. And besides that, I'm also, just to do a quick plug on myself, besides wrestling related, I am a personal trainer, certified personal trainer now, as well as a certified nutrition coach. I have been training female wrestlers as well as others in this last year. So that's also my way of giving back to wrestling to kind of prepare them and get them to level up in the ring because this business is a little rough. But besides that, I hope to see everyone soon.
Thank you so much for your time this morning and for joining us. Good luck, not only with the Toronto cold weather in February, but also with the match against Jody at Smash. So looking forward to seeing that again.
Yes, thank you again. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Mercedes.
Take care. The one and only, incomparable Mercedes Martinez. Fantastic chat. I gave us a lot of time, which we always appreciate, but also just so much to talk about in one hell of a career, and it's not over yet. So if you're in Toronto or you're anywhere near and you want to come over to Smash, come and join them next Saturday. It's the 21st at the Rec Room in Toronto, right downtown. It's easy to get to. The doors are at 6 p.m. and you can get tickets at smash-wrestling.com. They're still available just for you if you want to get them. Go check that out. Again, it's a stacked card. A lot of faces you know, some faces you don't, and you should. But again, we thank Smash for setting up the chat with Mercedes. And I mentioned it. The plan is for next week, Eric Young to be joining us because he's also on the card. And we'll talk to him about that. And I'm sure everything TNA, because Eric Young joining us, and he's had a career as long as that company has existed, and we're going to look forward to that. So a great chat with everybody. Thank you, folks.
When Eric Young joins us, yes, we'll talk about Smash. I mean, I guess we'll mention TNA. Me and Eric Young are just going to chat hockey.
That's true. You're going to do hockey. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, SP3 is actually going to be here for that one, and SP3 is just going to have to just sit there and have no idea what's going on, because
it'll be like when I'm here and you guys are talking basketball.
Yeah, the Olympics are going to be in full swing by next Wednesday as well. So yeah, me and EY just chatting puck next week. That's it.
I'm actually upset that I'm missing this this interview. I'm now upset that I'm not going to be there because I really wanted to do the Eric Young interview, but I'll be on a train. So I won't be able to do it. Not running a train. I'll be on the train.
I don't have to talk about TNA. I don't have to ask any TNA questions until I get an email of like, why didn't you talk about TNA? It's like, well, TNA didn't give us this interview. That's why we didn't talk about TNA.
That's fair. I did see that there were comments about Mercedes going to TNA. She actually did work TNA. She had a match against Mickie James a couple of years ago. So
she had a match against Deanna too, didn't she?
She did have a match against Deanna. You're right. So She's worked the circuit. Again, she's been on pretty much every single major wrestling company's televised programming. over the last 25 years, which is insane. And I don't think people give her the credit that she deserves in some cases. But again, fantastic chat. Again, big thanks to Smash getting this set up, and for Mercedes for all the time, because we went almost about 30 minutes just chopping it up with her about her career.
We went over 30 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
Well, even better.
You'll know when you cut the interview, Joel. How
That's
long it
true.
was.
That's
I'm pretty sure it was over 30 though.
Well, regardless, I'm glad that y'all stuck around, and there's someone in the chat saying she's a pioneer, and she absolutely is. So I can't gush about it enough. I said it again, huge fan of her work and about just women's wrestling in general. One thing that shocked me is that she's, as of right now, not on that C4 women's card, and maybe it's just a scheduling thing. I was hoping that she'd be on it because I'll be there next Thursday in Ottawa, but she'll be in Toronto the next night or 2 nights later. So I don't know if I get a good nap, maybe I'll go down to the rec room, because my flight gets in at 7 a.m. I have a 5:30 a.m. flight on Saturday to get me from Ottawa to Toronto, and then I have a full day with my family, and then I'll see if I can make it down to the rec room for the show. We'll see.
Good luck with trying to make that show.
That's going to be wild. If I do, I'll just be a little late. But anyway. All right. What do we want to start with? TNA Talk?
No. Why would that be your answer?
Because I wanted to see how far I can get you.
All right. Well, you got me to say one word, 2 letters. No.
Wow. Good Lord. Would that, if we did this, if we started going no, would that make you buy a ticket to WrestleMania in Vegas?
I like the Yeet stuff though. I was in on the Yeet stuff early, really early when it came to that. So no, I have no problem with the Yeet stuff. No is that right? No, because you got the yes, and then you got the yeet, and you got the yeah. They're just creating a song out here.
Yeah, seriously. Everyone's inviting all the hip hop and rap stars to WrestleMania, and you're out here just making the songs for them.
I mean, I should be at all of these shows. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, you famously love leaving your house.
Now, Ryan, quit spoiling the curling. I'm gonna ban Ryan from the chat. I haven't watched anything this morning.
We haven't talked about it yet, so we didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I think you knew that you didn't watch it yet.
I know. Well, I'll still end up watching it, but now I know the result. That's very sad.
You'll be happy, and I'll just sit here. Someone saying you fly back and forth from Ottawa to Toronto. I usually take the train back and forth, but I will fly if I find a deal. And also, I wanted to get back early enough on Saturday so that I can be with my family, because I don't love leaving my wife alone with a kid longer than she has to be, and she's already going to be alone with him for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I try to get back just to get back in there. I'm a family guy.
Remember that one time?
I've always wanted to take one of these episodes and cut out all of the flashbacks and flash forwards and see how much actual story progression happens in an episode. Because at one point it got so egregious that more than half the show was just flash forwards and remember the times. I just want to see you just take it out and see how much of the show is actually something and not just stupid callbacks.
I think it's just callbacks. I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to them.
That's fair. Speaking of family, this is gonna, Grace, you're gonna love this. My mother is going to the C4 wrestling show.
Oh.
Her second ever pro wrestling.
I say she went to a TNA show, right?
She did. She went to the Emergence show. That's when I brought my entire family there. That show, the Emergence show, my dad went, my mom went, my brother went, and his fiance at the time, now his wife. They went, and I was there. That was the same show, by the way, the PCO Tommy Dreamer story. That was the same night where I'm sitting with Tommy. That was the same night that Macklin came back from injury as well at the time. And he and I weren't as friendly as we are now, but it was a very funny. But yes, my mom is planning to be there with her partner, so that's something. I got them tickets yesterday. She asked, "Can you get them?"
Yeah, you got to get your mom on to review the show.
You know what? Since I'll be in Ottawa on the Friday, I'll see if she wants to appear on camera. If not, I'll just give her the microphone and be like, speak away from the camera if you don't want to be on. But it would be very funny. She might just say it was fine and then walk away.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's very much my mother.
We gotta get her on the show to review the wrestling.
That's fair. Cyclops saying American Dad is 100 times better than Family Guy. You know what? Yes, but at one point they flipped the staff, and Family Guy didn't get better, but American Dad got much worse. So there was that. But yeah, early American Dad was fantastic.
I didn't get into the American Dad as much. Like I watched it, it was good. It didn't stick with me like Family Guy did.
You got amazing lines like pillow gun, 300 thread counts, 300 dead counts.
Yeah, I don't know that line, so I'll take your word for it. But I never.
It's literally a pillow with a gun on it. That's all it is. Pillow with a gun.
And that sounds about right. Yeah, I just never got into it. You know, I was always the South Park anyway. Still watch a lot of South Park.
Simpsons dad. Also South Park. Someone asking my thoughts on Jazz working for NXT as a coach. That was not unexpected. It's good to see Jazz going to work for the PC. She's going to be a coach. She's again another woman's wrestler with incredible acumen who's been in the business a very long time, has been active forever, and she's getting a shot at coaching. So good for her. Congratulations to Jazz. That's a big get for the future of WWE's women's divisions.
I mean, hopefully.
I hope so. I mean, she was doing NWA for a bit, then she had some TNA crossover work, and now it seems like she's officially with WWE as one of their coaches.
Now, look, she's got a lot of knowledge to impart on these women. I'm sure she's a good coach. And then they go to the main roster and they say, you got 5 minutes and the match is going to end in a DQ.
Listen, you can lead a horse to water, Jeremy, but you cannot make them get a pinfall victory in 6 minutes or less.
So, like, it sounds good that she's coaching, and I hope it all works out for her. And I don't think it's like a bad move or anything. She has a lot of knowledge, she has a lot of experience. She's been coaching in NWA. I think she was helping with Impact at some point.
She was
as well. So yeah, I this is not Jazz doesn't know what she's doing. I have full confidence in Jazz. I have no confidence that they will put any of these teachings to use when it actually matters.
That is a fair assessment. Hell of a trade between TNA and WWE. WWE gets Jazz, TNA gets Candice Michelle.
Oh, okay.
That's been for the last few loops. Nobody knows what she does. It's like that one meme with "What does he do?" That's the Candice Michelle right now. You know she's there. She's doing a meet and greet at the show, but like she's not on camera. She's not on screen. She's taking photos of herself in the truck, and it's like, what is she doing here? It's going to be the greatest mystery never solved.
She's going to end up with Alicia Fox and Tessa, I assume.
I hope not. Rather she end up being the new Alicia Edwards.
I don't know. What else are they going to do with her, you know?
I think she's doing backstage work.
Okay.
I don't know what. Maybe she'll be the next, interviewer backstage or something.
Sure.
She'll do commentary for Explosion. Gia Miller will start doing other stuff. I don't know.
Sure, if you say so.
She should be the next member of the Righteous.
Okay.
And then the Hardys can bring back Mara Sade.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Mercedes Martinez is also facing Mara Sade on WrestleMania week at the Collective, which to me was another, not only shout about working with the up and coming women of today, but also like that's a strange match that I need to see. It's going to be at the Hybrid Wrestling Show in Vegas. So, Mara Sade versus Mercedes Martinez. It's happening, baby.
Is this your transition to talk about Mara Sade and Ryan Nemeth?
I mean, now that you've introduced it, it wasn't, but now that it is, I guess you just opened.
Well, you're trying to bully me into talk about TNA. I can tell.
I mean, it was a good episode. You know, it was a good street fight. Silly shit. Come on, you love the silliness in wrestling. Come on, cookie sheets that are tiny, and
lollipops and everything. Like it was It was fine. It was fun. It wasn't as good as their other match, which was one of the greatest matches of all time, but it was a good match.
Ryan got, stabbed with a dart last week, so everything's on par. That was fun. I thought it was a good match. I saw other people completely shit on it, and I was like, nah, this is exactly what it should be, because Ryan
this was like perfectly campy fun for what the feud is between these two, compared to when they actually tried to have a wrestling match, which I think only I enjoyed.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I enjoyed it for the stupid reasons you did, so there was that. It was good. The Eric Young BDE, people are talking about it because Eric just got whatted the entire time. That's what you got to ask him about. If you got to ask him a wrestling question, you got to be like, how did it feel to get whatted for the entirety of that stupid program and that promo with BDE?
No offense to Eric Young, I don't think this is his fault at all. He's been talking about this cleanse for like
months,
9 months now. All right, like, have the kid already. Just, all right, we get it. You're cleansing.
Maybe he's just very passionate about hygiene, Jeremy. Wrestling fans are stinky. So are Oshawa Generals fans in the OHL. Is another thing you should ask him about. Tell him if the cleanse is coming to Oshawa.
Like, I'm over this whole gimmick here. Do something with it, because they haven't done anything with it. I don't care about it.
You should ask him what the cleanse is.
I mean, I will. I'll be like, what is the cleanse?
Is there a showering timer? Is it what are we doing here? It is very funny and very silly, but I thought BDE held his own really well, which is nice because he's so new and he's learning and he's working with vets, which is also a big up for him. So for him and EY to have a match tonight, oh my God, that should be good. I'm looking forward to that one just because it is BDE kind of getting those reps and working with Eric Young, who's really a great ring technician and a great wrestler. So that should be a fun match. The rest of the card is kind of like, it's there, except for the Knockouts Battle Royal.
No, I'm not watching this show.
Yeah, you will. Are you gonna watch SmackDown instead? Come on.
I think I'm on SmackDown coverage. I'm watching Love is Blind tonight. I ain't watching this wrestling stuff.
Wow, can't believe it.
No, I don't care about wrestling.
Ryan saying the cleanse is an option on my bidet. Look at you, a bidet. Also, I'm kind of jealous.
I have no idea what's on this No Surrender card.
The main event is the tag match. Santana,
Leon Slater, Santana, Eddie, and Nemeth, right?
Yeah, everyone who could go after Mike Santana's world championship is in that match. And then Steve Maclin's going to come in and biff the finish because he's also after the world title.
He's fired. He's not allowed there.
He can get in. It's Nashville. They don't really guard the doors in Nashville. You sing them a song and they're just like, wow, you should be in the Grand Ole Opry. You should come on in. And then he goes in and he's just going to beat up people. He's going to have a guitar, just like the Drifter.
Sounds terrible. There's some 8-man tag, right?
Order
the Hardys.
Righteous and the Hardys.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that match I'm not looking forward to. I said it last night. It's either going to be in service of doing Righteous and Hardys again, or the Great Hands are going to get in on it, and it's going to be a triple threat, or the Righteous and the Great Hands will do something, or the Great Hands and the Hardys. Like, there's no. It's pretty straightforward and yeah, unavoidable.
Okay. All right, sure.
You ready for Ariana Grace versus Leighton Lee for the Knockouts title? You're so excited.
Oh, yeah, I am, because I think Ariana Grace is going to win and Stax is going to win. They're going to do that whole storyline I pitched yesterday, and then I'll actually care about this show.
Yeah, Stax is going to lose that title.
Nah.
Ariana taking the Cobra, and Santino once again being the dumb.
She's going to win with the Cobra. It's going to rule.
No, Santino's going to come out there and have to stop it because, she's using the illegal Cobra. That is my Cobra. And let her. And then Daria Ray's going to come out and be like, you're too much of a hothead. You're too emotional, Santino.
This is your Daria Ray?
Yeah, probably. I don't really pay attention to her when she speaks because she doesn't really have much to say. Who was so important at Anthem that they turned over the Eric Young suspension angle to set up an important singles match with BDE?
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yes, it was.
And that whole thing was stupid.
You're too emotional, Santino.
I feel like anything. I liked Aria Ray, but I feel like anything her character doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know, like it's something.
It's garbage, is what it is. Anyway, but yeah, the main event, the 8-man tag, ended up being a lot of fun, and Bear got the pin on Jeff, like I mentioned earlier, and that's something, because I would love to see Bear Bronson in a tag team, maybe even with Cedric Alexander or Brian Myers, because they work together. That would be a fun tag team going after the Hardys, because I don't know what's going on with Jeff's injury and this neck issue that he keeps talking about.
I have a neck issue. I need to talk with Jeff about what we're doing with our necks here.
That's true. I love Zeno Hour being like, Dario Ray won't be on ITW anytime soon. Believe me, no one from TNA is going to be on the show anytime soon.
Yeah.
EY is coming as a representative of.
Well, actually, you said no one from TNA, and
oh, that's right.
We might actually have 2 TNA guests next week. They're just not through TNA.
God bless the circumvention of this program. Oh, amazing. Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to those interviews. Oh, the company you work for, how much is that place? Where are we? So yeah, there's not much else from TNA. The show's tonight, and the next live show is March 5th. So that's what's happening there. And then they got their pay-per-view in April. Hooray! Jeremy's gonna go to Rebellion. He's gonna have the time of his life. The Wolstein Center. It's an old building.
Yeah, AEW's run there a handful of times. I've seen at least 2 AEW shows there, maybe more. But
didn't Ring of Honor do a show there too?
Sure. I don't know. I mean, they did ROH tapings. I don't know if I actually went to a Ring of Honor show there, but I'll go if it's free. I'll go if I can get 2 tickets, for me and my lovely wife, and if it's free, and I don't have to work. I'm not doing any work while I'm there. I'm
Fair.
going to just hang out, fight Mr. Elegance, and leave.
Honestly, you could probably take him. He ain't doing much. He's got no
I'll
rep.
kick him in the dick. I use a Joel Pearl special.
Please.
There. Just
Tell
call it a
everyone.
Swift kick dick.
Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor. Oh no, you're right. They just did tapings there. The Age of Insanity was at the Gray Armory. No. Okay, so there hasn't been any proper tapings there.
All right. This is I'm gonna
You gonna put up the feelers?
No. I'm gonna regret doing this because I'm still mad at you, Ryan.
Oh.
Yes. Not live, unfortunately. Not live.
Will
But
we
yes.
get the battle rap?
So I've thought about this. I've thought a lot about this.
Okay.
I still want to battle rap him. I'm not running from that. I'm not running from that at all. I want to do a compliment battle, though. This is the thing in battle rap. I'm not like making this up. It's a compliment battle, where you say like nice things about your opponent. Because he doesn't like really know me. I don't want him like digging through my social media and finding out all my terrible takes. And I would say like, hey, let's not mention personal stuff or anything. But like I don't want to like be mean towards AJ, even though it's all fun and games and everything. Like I feel like we'd have more fun if it was like a compliment battle, because then we could like do some like more jokey stuff. Like I don't think his feelings would be hurt on anything. I would say. I also don't know like what he would say, and that's a little concerning to me, because there's certain stuff that I obviously don't want him to mention and whatnot. So, and there might be stuff that he doesn't want me to mention, but even though I don't think that he fully would. I'm hiding a lot of children. Okay, I'm actually I'm very honest that I have too many children.
You're hiding what? Is
Yeah.
there something we need to send people over for?
So I think I'm gonna pitch him on a compliment battle and do that. I think we would have fun with that. So yeah, I still do want to battle him though. That's not Okay, I'm not running from that. I just think a compliment battle would be just a little bit more maybe appealing to him. It would be more appealing to me. That's for sure. Because again, I'm not like afraid of what he's going to say, but I also like I don't need Ice Rule says I'm afraid. Again, I'm not.
He's a big dude. I can tell you.
I wouldn't fight him. That's for sure.
I'm a big dude, and AJ is much bigger than me.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that. No, I want because, and here's the other thing is this is my other thinking with it, is like AJ already gets a lot of shit online, and like he can deal with it. He's big enough to handle his own and everything. So I just think a compliment battle would be more fun and more of what like people would not be expecting. Like it'd be very easy to just let's talk about failed NFL career, the flop dollar stuff and being fired by WWE twice and everything. It's like, all right, like he's heard all of this stuff. Like what am I supposed to? I can say it, and I can make it funny potentially. Maybe I can't. But it seems like we could have more fun if it was like a fun compliment. Like go watch for people who have no idea what a compliment battle is. I don't even know if people know what battle is. But go watch like a Pat Stay compliment battle. They make that shit so much fun. Like it's still all jokes, and it's all about delivery and stuff anyway. I probably have terrible delivery. But I think we could just have more fun with a compliment battle. So that's what I'm going to pitch him on. I'm going to pitch him on doing a compliment battle.
That's a good idea. It's like it's your version of Sean versus CVV.
Is that what they did?
Yeah, they do not a compliment battle, but they backhand each other, backhand like little things. It's not even a compliment. It's more like they say, "I hope you have bad gas."
Oh. No, this is like
battle.
This is like real, like
nice about it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no,
this is like a real like actual compliments, like, but it's also like dumb compliments as well, or it could be good ones. Like it doesn't. You can do kind of what you want. Like some of the compliment battles is like, you wake up and brush your teeth better than anyone, like dumb shit like that. So. Yeah, we'll see what AJ has to say. I'm leading with that, by the way. That's gonna be the lead when we talk to AJ's. I'm like, so a couple years ago I tried to pitch you on a battle rap and you didn't respond, so I assume you were ducking me. Now I wanna pitch you on a compliment battle since you're here. So we'll see. We'll see what he says.
We'll have to see.
If he even like takes it,
True. He might be like, you got to pay me for that. And you'll be like, well, here's $5.
Well, I think when I pitched it to him a couple years ago, I think we said like the money would go to charity or,
yes,
whatever he wants to do, which it would still be the case. Like any money we got from that show, look, we might not get any money from the show, but any money we got from that show, we would donate to charity type things. So yeah, I would still do the same thing. With this is any money we get, we would. He has the food drive and everything, so we would do that.
Yeah, and listen, it might be fun. It's a great time with AJ. Let me say that. So we'll see what he wants to do when the interview happens, if it happens. Now that Jeremy's put it out there, it's not.
Yeah, it's gonna not happen.
But like the company he's representing are usually pretty good about.
Yeah, it's through. I mean, I'll say it's through BRCW. That's how we got Ed Kingston last time. So yeah, it's something we can. I'm hopeful that it'll come through. See, this would be the thing. Like, if I couldn't say any stuff that everyone has said everything to AJ, that's why. Like, I don't. Yeah, we can do a battle rap, but everything's been said to him. What am I gonna say that he hasn't heard?
People have made comments about the outline of his penis. Like, come on! Like he's literally heard it all at this point. He has a way to refute everything that's been lobbed at him. Come on.
Yeah. So, which again he can do, but that's why I think like compliment battle would be more fun and something different that people wouldn't be expecting. He's gonna out rap me. Like I have no no disillusions about that. But I hope I can just make something fun.
You know, ideas like these are exactly what's going to get you to the main event of WrestleMania in Las Vegas this year. This is exactly it. All of these departmental meetings, they're actually watching this show right now. Every WWE department, it's on the big screen right now at HQ, and they're just like, get AJ Francis, bring in Top Dollar, bring in this guy, bring in this fraud star, and let's have them have a nice off in the ring.
I mean, they did the rap battle with John Cena rapping against Jay-Z and Fabulous cardboard cutouts that one year because they couldn't get either of them to do a battle against John Cena. So maybe they'll have me do a compliment battle. That sounds better than anything they've got planned.
Well, I mean, listen, Observer's not exactly batting 1,000, but this morning they did put in the.
They're not batting 0. They're not even batting 1 the past day.
They're benched, but they put it in the Observer that allegedly there was some whiteboard content. LA Knight and Brock Lesnar. That's what people are going to be talking about all day. So there you go. Brock squashes LA Knight. LA Knight gets to do Brock gets to do. I don't know. Just gonna piss on LA Knight. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know.
Think about something else out loud.
We're trying to sell tickets here. I'm just thinking up ideas here. They're not gonna have a rap battle, so they gotta do something. But there you go. LA Knight does the finger point and then gets squashed.
Okay.
That's about it. But yeah.
I don't think there's I don't know what Dave does or doesn't know. He could be surmising this because LA Knight and Cody eliminated Brock from the Rumble. That could be legitimately what Dave's takeaway was. Oh, they're doing LA Knight and Brock because that was the elimination in the Rumble. And they're not doing Cody and Brock, I don't think, maybe. That could be how he came to that conclusion, and it's not actually true. If it is true, that's so hilarious, though.
If what I hear is true, man, I feel bad for LA Knight. Poor LA Knight. Yeah.
That's a hilarious match if that's what actually happens.
It's just very funny the last 2 days of reporting, our own WrestleVotes crew, which, by the way, if you've ever been on the whole, WrestleVotes are just WWE PR shows, listen to yesterday's WrestleVotes radio and you will absolutely understand why they are in fact not, because they tore into the story about the departmental conversations and putting together WrestleMania. You should go out of your way to listen to it if you're not already a select member. Both guys they made their voices very very much heard. So the story is basically that WWE, they're behind on ticket sales where they want to be right now, and the idea is they need to make up for lost sales, and they're trying to figure out how. So they're having these departmental meetings trying to boost ticket sales because right now allegedly they're sitting in the 30,000 tickets sold area, and last year this time they were much higher, but last year this time they had a little bit more on the plate instead of one match. They had a couple at least on the burner that you can see coming.
Did
they had more coming. They definitely had more thinking ahead. You knew
they had Jey
Cena,
Uso and Gunther,
and then you almost knew that. Well, you knew John Cena would have a match.
Yes,
so that was part of it. Most people by this point had kind of assumed it was going to be Cody and John, and they had not done the turn yet because that was March 1st.
Yes,
but at least you knew John was en route to the Chamber. There was stuff going on. It was a little clearer. I'll put it like that. The WrestleMania card, and also it was Vegas. It was the first time running, to that caliber in Vegas. It was a big event. It was something that people were very much looking forward to. I think the U.S. hadn't gone to shit yet. At least it was like we're right on the cusp, but we hadn't gone there yet. So tickets are a lot more expensive this year, and I know people are saying, "Oh, they're going to come down, going to come down." Part of the conversations that they're having now is to not have to do that, because WWE doesn't want to have to admit defeat and lower the ticket prices to get more butts in the seats. They'd rather have people come in paying the prices that they set and not having secondary market demand drop their ticket prices. They don't want that. So they've created a bit of a shit sandwich for themselves. Beyond creative, there are some extenuating some external factors do play a part in this, but creative isn't exactly doing much either to help satisfy those needs, and they're behind.
When it comes to creative, they haven't set anything up. I don't think last year they had just as much announced or anything. I don't remember if Charlotte made her decision at this point last year. She took a few weeks to decide. It wasn't super long, and you can kind of see it was going Tiffany anyway. And Jay decided pretty early.
She had by February 14th. So by what would have been today's SmackDown last year.
Okay, so there you go. So she'd made her decision. Jay had made his decision. You knew you were getting Cena's last match. Like, that was a big thing. Like, you knew you were getting that. Rumble, and here's the difference. Rumble felt like it set stuff up last year. You could see the Punk, Seth, and Roman stuff playing out in the Rumble last year. And you knew that was going to be some type of direction there with that match. You could see the Rhea, Io, Bianca stuff being played out. Now, after Elimination Chamber, they did the change with Rhea, Io defeating Rhea and winning the title and everything. But you could see Rhea and Bianca being set up, and then Io was there and then ended up just being fully in it. Like, you could see stuff being set up. They haven't set up anything this year. Like, your hottest stuff is Punk and Roman, obviously. Women's, I know we had the report of Jade Cargill is maybe Charlotte is who she gonna face if Bianca's not ready. Like, they haven't done much out of that outside of like, hey, I passed you in the entranceway. And on the other side, all right, maybe Liv and Vaquer, they're getting there a little bit, but they haven't made Stephanie strong enough to where this feels like, hey, we want to see Stephanie. Like, Rhea's the biggest star, and she might just be doing tag team stuff. And I don't think people want that. Becky and AJ sounds good, but then they just announced that for Elimination Chamber. And so now it's like, well, I'm not even getting that match for the first time at WrestleMania. The Brock stuff, yeah, it looked like they were teasing Oba, but they didn't have Oba eliminate Brock. They had LA Knight do it during Jey Uso's entrance. And so, all right, maybe they are setting up Brock and LA Knight. Braun and Seth may or may not be there in whatever capacity that they're going to be there. Like, they just don't have the threads that are typically there that should be there, I should say, for WrestleMania are just not there. And you can tell that they are not there by what they've been putting out.
Maybe it's time to stop talking about how hot you are and how much, you've been living under a rock and how much
they don't do that anymore because even they know it's not hot right now.
That's right. They pulled all that shit. Instead, they're just, upping the ticket prices and saying like, hey, you want to come in? Oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. There's a distinct lack of clarity. Granted, there have been some injuries. We talk about that, right? We talk about it with Bianca and the Seth Rollins injury, and now the Braun injury. What I'm saying is, like, some of these things do kind of mess up certain stories and where they're going, but it shouldn't completely derail everything. It shouldn't.
They haven't had Bianca for a year now, so you gotta just assume. Like, I'm sure they're hopeful that she comes back, but at some point you gotta realize, like, all right, we gotta start setting things up in case she doesn't come back. The Seth injury, you haven't had Seth for a few months now. You were hopeful it was Mania, and that's why they're trying to set up Seth and Braun, which is understandable. The Braun thing, all right, that one, poor timing on that. But Braun, they completely nuked him anyway by not putting the title on him immediately. So who knows with that one. Even someone like Gunther, like, I don't know what Gunther's doing at WrestleMania. They don't have a great thread for him right now. He's the career killer, sure, but there's no like match that appears to be on the horizon. That's why people are like, oh, what about Ray? Oh, what about Randy? Because they're just talking about older people that he can beat because he's on this run right now. But there's no actual like set thing for him, despite the fact that, I mean, he's the top heel in the company at this point. He just retired two of the biggest stars in the company. So yeah, but there's no set thing where you can point to of like, oh, Gunther's gonna have this match, and so I'm excited for that.
Also on the Gunther side, the two men that you mentioned, one being Randy Orton, and how many times have we heard, Randy's got a long-term contract and he ain't done yet. He doesn't want to be done yet. And the other one is Rey Mysterio, and almost everyone in and out of WWE have pegged Dominic Mysterio to be the guy who ends that career, because it should be that way. Like, there's no reason why you wouldn't have the father-son story ended. That's how it started. It's perfect poetic justice. But if they want to do it with Rey, then I mean, sure, but Gunther should be doing something emphatic on the show as well. Like you said, he's one of the top heels on the card. He's not going for a world title. He's not going to go for the Intercontinental Championship because that's Dominic Mysterio, and it feels like they're going to get to Finn and Dominic as the match, which, like, I'm fine with as long as they get the story right. It seems to me that the story is, Dominic saying one thing and Finn being like, no, I'm better than that. And then when Finn loses at Elimination Chamber, Dom will be like, you should have listened to me. You're a big loser. And then Finn being like, I'm not a big loser. I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania and win the Intercontinental Championship. And again, Finn Balor is going to get a title shot off a loss. But hey, here we are telling stories, right? There's no upward momentum for a lot of these people in their matches, getting their matches. LA Knight, if it is LA Knight and Brock Lesnar, then like, what's the story? LA Knight tossed him out. Nobody saw it. But now Brock's angry because nobody saw it. Like,
well, there's the stuff with the Vision. He's going after the Vision. Paul and Brock are still very closely aligned. So there's like something there. It just, SP3 and I talked about this on Tuesday. LA Knight ain't where he was a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, he's a guy right now. And Brock's been diminishing returns for a while. And that's still kind of the case. So they didn't even capitalize off any type of momentum Brock had after killing John Cena, which was still a stupid decision. But Brock should have been quickly in there and beating people up. Instead, he's just in the War Games match, which he won at least. So he's on the winning team. And then the next time we saw him was getting eliminated in 5 minutes in the Rumble. So it's not like Brock has any real momentum, as like Brock is basically a nostalgia act at this point. And again, the nostalgia, people don't care as much about the nostalgia because we've seen it for so long.
You excited for Jay versus Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania?
Yeah, because that match ruled a couple years ago. So I'm very excited for them. I'm excited for them to have the match that they think they can have, because that sounds amazing to me.
I mean, sure. Do a little something with it, but there's a general lack of interest. And I saw Ken Bruno mention it earlier about how WWE was coasting on the hot thing, but also not putting together matches, and they were just coasting on the perception that they're better than they were. They were doing well, and then it cooled off because they got too big for their britches and they screwed it up. Now we're looking down the barrel of another WrestleMania in Vegas, where tickets are more expensive, where tourism is down, where you're spending even more money than you ever did just to go and to stay and to eat and to live. And on top of that, like, you've got a big WrestleCon. If you're going for the externals, like, there's a big WrestleCon. It's in the hotel where they're doing everything. It's all in-house with the collective. Like, I think WrestleCon really got smart this year working with the collective on this show. But with everything else, you also add in this report about the bars potentially not being able, and venues not showing WrestleMania because of the potential 50-mile radius not showing the events, which screws up so many things for people who come in to not go to the show but to enjoy Vegas. Like, it does. It's another added problem because it's a 2-night event. Maybe you can't go to both nights. I can tell you from experience, one of my regrets, and I put it on Twitter yesterday, one of my regrets was not going to Circa for night 1 of Mania, because all of my friends were there at the Stadium Swim. And like, I understand that people are potentially going to misconstrue this as like, oh, they have a partnership with Circa, they're just shelling for Circa. No, while we do have those things, I can tell you from experience, it's a beautiful resort. It is the Stadium Swim is a beautiful like venue with a massive screen. People were there, and I watched people there enjoying themselves. And I hate that I didn't go first night because I had other things. I had to be at the venue. I had to go cover the show. And they did the whole, like, maybe you'll get into the press conference, maybe you won't. And we didn't. And that was a big waste of time. I wish I had gone. And I think that if WWE and TKO are like, well, now all these venues can't show Mania, well, then you're screwing people over even further. And you're just creating more, negative buzz for fans of the company. It's kind of shitty. So I just, again, like, there's just not a lot going for them right now into Mania season.
It doesn't help that, as we've mentioned, they're running Vegas again. It's same venue. People who traveled last year, like, people look at WrestleMania as a destination event, right? Like, people save for, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this city because this is where WrestleMania is, and I'm gonna make a vacation out of it and do all the stuff and everything. And, like, people don't want to go to Vegas twice in a row. I was like, I was just in Vegas last year. I can skip that. Like, WrestleMania isn't, especially with the card the way it's looking right now and the way WWE has been, it's not. You got to give people a reason to go to the same city 2 years in a row, and they haven't done that with this card. But it was already an uphill battle just by being in the same city. Yes, ticket prices are definitely a factor in that. We saw last year. Ticket prices were bad last year. And ticket prices are bad all the time when it comes to these WWE shows, and they still sell these shows. I do think the same city
down,
stuff.
By the way, they do go down.
Yeah.
Got to be willing to wait.
Yeah. But I think the same city stuff, like, really hurts them. And of course, they didn't care because they announced New Orleans, and then Vegas came over the top with their offer, and like, all right, sure, we'll do Vegas. And they don't care because they got their money from Vegas. It's like, well, Vegas paid us more, so that's where we're gonna go when it comes to this. Oh, like, I'll do this after Elimination Chamber, since that's the road to WrestleMania.
I'm curious, by the way, for the way the city's gonna look. One thing that I really appreciated last year was the aesthetics of the WrestleMania signage. While it was very, like, Vegas casino coded and all that stuff, they made it look cool. Like, at least it was flashy, it was opulent, like, it looked really big. This year it's black and white. It's very, very simple. It's almost bleak. And, like, I don't really want to see bleak right now. There's enough bleak in reality that if I'm going around, looking at WrestleMania Vegas and everything is just black and white and it's ugly and, like, cityscape, just brutalist, I don't like it. It's drab. It doesn't look good.
I think they'll decorate it up. I mean, I know the logo. You're not gonna change that, but they'll decorate it up and everything. It's just tough to run the same city two times in a row. For people who are trying to travel, I don't think they want to go back to Vegas. They already went to Vegas.
Yeah, and people in the chat, it's more oriented to the Raiders. That's fine. This isn't WrestleMania Go Raiders. This is supposed to be WrestleMania. We're back in Vegas, back in the saddle, blah, blah, blah. Just black and white just looks bland. It doesn't look good. It doesn't make me excited for the show. And I get that it's an aesthetic thing, but some people are going to be, not big fans of that. And Vegas, you're right. Vegas paid a lot of money to bring them in because last year they saw a bump in the tourism that came with it. They did see a lot of international travel. They also weren't dealing with the United States as it is today. And a lot of international travelers, myself included, have said, like, I don't think this is the place I want to be right now. So I'm not going to go. And as a result, you're losing a lot of people who would be here for an international destination show. And next year, you're going to have even fewer people going to the destination international show because the international show is in Saudi Arabia. And that is, you get green shirt guy and that's about it. And maybe Brock Lesnar guy who he'll take his shirt off and put it on the chair and walk away after the event is over. But other than that, like, you're just not getting much in terms of people wanting to go to the shows at this point. I thought about it and I talked about it on this show. Like, I love the redemption story. And then I realized, no, I don't. And I can go to Vancouver and do the AEW show and the mystery show and the TJPW show and be around wrestling there a week before Mania and do a lot, if not more, that weekend than I would at Vegas Mania. And I'll let Sean go and do what he's going to do there. And he'll be great. He always is when he goes to these big, massive events where tons of content comes in and Jeremy's given more work than he knows what to do with. And our social team is inundated with work because that's just what this week is. But that's just what it's going to be. And I'll go to Vancouver and have a good time. And I'll, get all my shit done.
They're making a ton of money. They don't care. The whole like, oh, tickets are down, we need to change all of these plans and blah blah blah. Like, I'm sure they recognize all of this. They definitely recognize all of this. But at the end of the day, nothing's actually going to change as far as their practices of what they're doing and where they're gonna go. They're going to Saudi next year. Like, they don't care about the location and everything. And this is where Triple H he's got to be sharper, because Roman said it. Roman's praising Nick Khan, like, Nick Khan, great businessman. They're bringing in all of this money again. They're bringing in the money from Vegas. Ticket sales are down. They're still gonna make millions on WrestleMania, whatever, and they're already making millions because of the site fee and everything. They're going to make millions next year on WrestleMania.
Hundreds of millions.
With Saudi. So they don't care about any of that. So now when you look at ticket sales, well, what gets blamed? Creative. Because it can't be the location. The location's great. It can't be anything else because we're already getting money off of this. So why is everything down? Well, creative must not be good if things are down. And so that's where Triple H has got to, and he's got to be sharper, because he's the one that's going to kind of take the blame here. And look, he deserves it. I'm not trying to defend him. We've talked about the creative and how it hasn't been good for a while now, and certainly going into WrestleMania. I don't think it is all him with this WrestleMania, simply because of the other reasons we've talked about. But they don't care about those reasons, because they think they are doing the right things when it comes to, Las Vegas, we're going to run there. They paid us the most money. That's what was Saudi. We're going to run there because they're paying us the most money. That's all that matters. So now they're going to look at Triple H and be like, well, we're doing everything right. The TKO side's doing everything right. Why isn't the WWE side doing everything right? Go make another sit at the table venue or video.
You know what we need. You know exactly what we need.
The Rock.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Yeah, right. The Rock would be great.
It's time to blow up the plans. You got no plans to blow up. Rock's gonna just be like, I'll build this bridge. He just takes a big sip of mana and says, give me the bricks. And people will be like, what kind of bricks? You know what kind of bricks. Or it doesn't matter what kind of bricks it is. And he's going to build the entire Mania card back from scratch. None of this Roman and Punk bullshit. No. Give me Roman and Jacob Fatu.
No, I think Rock would be okay with Roman and Punk as long as like Roman like squashes him. He'd be fine. Right. Yeah,
Roman wins and then I get him next year. That's right.
Yeah.
What's Cody doing? I don't care. He's turning heel. Oh, we're back to this. It doesn't matter anyway. It's gonna be.
They're gonna pivot into something that is either gonna really work or not work at all, and like run off even more people.
I feel like we did this last year too. John Cena's heel turn.
Yes, I know, but like that worked in the moment, and then it didn't. The follow up wasn't good. I'm saying like they're gonna do something this year where it's gonna actually work in the moment, and I guess I'll trust the follow up. I shouldn't, or it's going to immediately just be like, this absolutely sucks, and people are gonna be gone from everything. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it is a Cody heel turn, but it feels like they're going to do something like just out of left field to try to garner this interest again.
That's it. WrestleMania Vegas. And it's presented by Papatui. They rebrand as WrestleMania, and it's Papatui that presents. They're the presenting sponsor. None of this DoorDash. None of this Snickers. No Papa John's. Papatui.
I don't know if they they have a sponsorship with Papa John's, but maybe.
Papa Tui presents WrestleMania. Everyone get drunk and put on some Papa Tui. What is Papa Tui again? Is it it's a facial cloth thing?
It's some type of like
Men's scrubber.
yeah. It's a multitude of things, but I think it's like care products. I think they have like hair care and all this stuff. It's like care products. That's the best way I can describe it.
I love Graze is saying Punk joins the Vision. That's it. There's your big swerve.
I'm not rolling that out. It's stupid, but I'm not rolling that out. I'm not rolling out anything. Like it feels like they're gonna do something that's just we got to do something big here, and I don't know what that is. I don't think they know what that is, but they got 3 weeks to figure it out before Elimination Chamber. I think in Elimination Chamber they might try to do something big of just. So Triple H can, sit next to Peter Rosenberg and be like, is it starting to feel like WrestleMania now? And then that'll be that.
That's right, legend. It does. I saw Jose asking, does anyone get the feeling that WWE is just going to have Oba win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? Yes, we have said this. We have said this openly on the show. Oba will either win the Andre or Royce Keys will. They're going to have those two men look big. One of them will win the Battle Royal. Probably neither of them will be on the card, and that's very frustrating. And I hope that they don't do this, but it would not at all surprise me, especially with the way they shoot Oba from the bottom up. They give him the old Andre shots. Yeah, they know what they're doing. And Oba's not that big of a human being. He's big, but he ain't that tall compared to other wrestlers. He's pretty average height for a wrestler. But they're gonna try and make him be the new big man until a big man actually comes around. Why is
I think they're going to, and I think this is why Logan Paul is like doing media and saying all of this stuff. I think they're gonna really push this Logan Paul Bad Bunny thing, and they're gonna really push Bad Bunny to come in and put as much pressure on him as possible. I don't know if it's gonna work because, as I said, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I've been saying since Super Bowl it was a bad idea, but it was absolutely something they wanted to do.
Yeah, I think they're going to continue to push it. I don't know if Bad Bunny is going to want to do it. I don't know if his schedule is going to allow him to do it. I still believe, like, if he does anything, I don't think it's going to be this Logan Paul stuff. I think he's going to be like, nah, you want me to do something? Fine. I'll do something, but I ain't working this dude. But I think they're going to push as hard as they can and pressure as hard as they can to just make something happen with this. And look, if they get Bad Bunny in a match, like, that's a good casual saver. It's not going to turn things around because Bad Bunny ain't there full time. So, you're relying on him for this one show. But that's all they care about right now. They care about this one show.
Woof. We got a super chat from Ken Bruno saying, breaking news, Netflix and WWE have come out and disputed Dave Meltzer's report about Brock Lesnar and LA Knight. You can move on now. Well, I guess we should move on because that's coming from a story that brought out yesterday in the morning. Dave Meltzer on the Observer show after Dynamite mentioned that the belief was someone from higher up stopped Brody King from appearing on the show, and they didn't want to bring the Ice Chance back and all this relating to the WBD sale, and they wanted to appease Trump because he's got the regulatory approval, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, AEW and WBD both said, no, that's not what happened. That's not the reality of it, including Brody King is currently on his way to Australia, and WBD saying, yeah, no, he's on the show. He will be on further shows. And AEW being like, we didn't hear this, but that's where we're at. Just pushback central. And I think Dave tried to clean up what he meant. And I don't know if he really did a good job of that because sometimes Dave doesn't really write cohesive clarity.
Did he try to clean it up? I mean, I know
Brian did as well. I know Brian did on the show yesterday, and I wish I had the transcription, but they tried to explain their way out of it. Let me pull up Dave's
okay, because
I gotta go through him fighting bots for the next 5 minutes while you
Dave
talk.
doesn't exactly like admit when he's wrong or take the responsibility when it comes to these things. So I mean, maybe they did, but the whole thing was a mess. Okay, go ahead.
So Dave tweeted yesterday around 2:00 Eastern saying those at AEW have said nobody from WWB, sorry, no one from WBD asked them not to use Brody King on last night's show, and that was just how it was booked to only use him in a video package. We had heard over the weekend that there were concerns about how much publicity the situation had gotten from WBD's side, but those at AEW said that they were not told not to put him on the show. And then he follows up with, so this corrects the report from last night. It had been a topic of discussion over the weekend. So basically Dave cleaning it up by saying, well, it was talked about, and then using it as this was how it was maybe presented to him for what happened on Dynamite. So somewhere between Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, he's trying to put this all together. It's just a poorly executed topic.
The report came from him.
Yes.
I feel bad for Dave in a lot of instances because he says stuff and then people aggregate it like it's a report when it's not, and it's a shame that happens to him because like he's the most, I don't know if he's the most respected anymore, but he's certainly the most known voice when it comes to wrestling media and everything. So I know, like, we see it all the time of people like taking his word, like he's just saying things on his show. And Dave isn't always, I mean, if you read The Observer long enough, like he's not great with words. He just kind of writes. And when you listen to the shows, it's worse than that, unfortunately, because he just kind of goes and just says things. And Brian tries to mitigate it as much as he can, but it doesn't always like work out. And so I feel bad for him on that. But like you can't say that stuff if it's not true. So his words were, this is on the show because Joel read the tweets, and the words were, the deal is that they didn't want the fans in the arena to be chanting that fuck ice. If Brody came out, there was that risk. This is not a Tony call. Nobody wants to go on Trump's bad side. If it wasn't for that, nobody would care. It's just a chant. But unfortunately, they've got a company trying to get regulatory approval from a guy who is going to take that stuff personal. It's kind of like a haphazardly thing that he's saying of like, oh, the deal is he wasn't there because they don't want fans to chant that, and it's not a Tony call. And so people just surmise that, oh, well, WBD didn't want Brody King on the show because of the risk of the chants, which is a fair summation of his words. I don't think this was Dave like trying to give some type of like official report. I think this is just Dave speaking. And when Dave speaks, it just, this is how it goes a lot of times, unfortunately. And so it turned into a thing. WBD had to debunk that because, understandably, AEW kind of debunked it as well. Then there was debate of like, was he at the show and then not? Like, I don't know. I thought he wasn't on the show because it was in the air for Australia. SB3 and I talked about that.
Yeah, but it turns out he was playing Magic the Gathering with a bunch of hardcore people.
Yeah.
From hardcore? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Speak for a second.
Yeah, so effectively, like, yeah, it's people are saying, take it with a grain of salt whenever Dave speaks, and I get that because he has a way with mangling words. And it's almost impressive to see. But this particular case is, Brody wasn't there. They were all traveling. A bunch of them were traveling to Australia. They should have had something to promote the match, but also as big as a match as it is, you can only do so much. So they just replayed Max's promo from after Dynamite, and they're gonna do the match in Australia. Nothing's changed, and either you're gonna believe what WBD said, or you're going to believe what Dave said. What was interesting to me more than anything was the idea that the regulatory approval, but like nothing close to a sale has been announced yet with WBD and Netflix. And meanwhile, you've got Paramount sitting there being like, please take more money, and WBD being like, no, go away, you weirdo. So there's no regulatory approval to come because WBD would rather take the Netflix deal than they would any other offer on the table, because every other offer on the table is weirdo, creepy MAGA right wingers being like, we just want CNN so we can turn it into a propaganda arm. And WBD's like, how about we don't? We want to work with Netflix in this deal. So I don't know where Dave's whole like, oh, you got to get Trump's regulatory approval. Like it's not that easy. And I think WBD would rather just kind of maybe wait it out, but at least not. It's not a thing that I saw. So I just found it interesting that he went to that. The whole like got to appease Trump, but it's like no, but you don't in this case. Not a thing.
I think Dave just. I don't want to speak for Dave because that's how people get in trouble. He just talks and he just connects things, and they may or may not be a thing. And again, I don't think that he's trying to do wrong with this. I don't think he's trying to say anything that's wrong. It's just people listen to him talk and they take it as, oh, well, Dave is reporting this. And I really don't think like he's trying to report this stuff. I think he's just speaking, and he gets in trouble when he speaks. Again, I like Dave. I've had one or two interactions with him. I've told stories of my interactions. Like, he's always been very nice to me. I think when it comes to wrestling history, he's fantastic. I mean, we don't have enough historians in wrestling, and at least Dave is a wrestling historian. I think he's great at that. The reporting's been a little suspect for a little while, right? For the time being, and I don't think he needs to spend all of his time like arguing with people who don't matter online. But I said the same thing to Sean. I was like, Sean, you don't need to do all of this. There's got to be better things to do.
It's funny because I've started to see kind of multiple sides to that argument. The way shit just kind of goes on a firestorm if you don't check it sometimes.
Sure, I'll say this about Sean is Sean goes after people who are like attacking him personally.
Yes.
Or attacking like the reporting and things like that. So I understand that a little bit more with Sean. Dave is just arguing if someone says giant haystacks drew 20 people, Dave is like, well, actually it's 21. And then you will get into a 5-hour argument over how big of a draw giant haystacks is. And most of these people don't really care. That's where I'm like, all right, you got to figure out. Speaking of, I'm going to yell at Sean now.
Why Google Trends matter with Sean.
Yes, Google Trends.
Google Trends. Let's talk about meta trends. Meta. I've been over there debunking stuff for months, right? Like, I actually like the platform. I get paid reasonably well from it. Fightful doesn't get paid as well as they should. They made it an uphill battle. But, okay, WrestleCade, met a person by the name of Naomi Rosenblum, incredible artist. She's done a lot of really great stuff. And the other day, I was like, yeah, you should use your Facebook more. There's a little bit of money there. We reposted one of her things. 50,000 likes on that?
It's been around forever, that platform.
Likes.
50,000? No, we have never gotten 50,000 likes on anything.
No, I'm talking about the platform of Facebook.
I know.
It's been around
50,000? 50,000.
You have more visible viewers.
I gotta start doing AI pictures of Roman Reigns in the ring crying. Oh, he's saying farewell. 50,000. What?
I don't think we need to do AI photos, but
Please God, no.
I mean,
You could, from the Fightful account, you could post something that says, like this post, and you will be the judge of a dick-sucking contest, and it wouldn't get 50,000 likes.
I don't know about that. That's one we shouldn't find out, but I think that one might actually get 50,000 likes.
I don't think.
hold on, you're judging the dick sucking contest?
Do you judge it, or are you a part of it? Are you?
Yeah.
Again,
You'd be the judge of it.
Like, you'd be the judge.
The benefit.
Who's the competitors? Yeah. That might, decide some stuff too.
I'm telling you.
Anyway, shout out Naomi, going to be a part of the Circus Sports Group. in April. So showing her some love. Also, Denise Salcedo, Chris Van Vliet, Joel, you told me how well they took care of you last year.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for that. They better get this watch party business squared away at WWE, because I am not going to WrestleMania. Of what motivation would I have? I want to hang out by the pool with my friends and then go upstairs and do a post show.
Brother, I said it, I said it here today. You saw my post. I do regret not having gone to Stadium Swim for that first night. And again,
yeah,
I keep saying, I understand. We are a partner with Circa and they treat us very well. I'm not shilling. I swear to God, it's actually fantastic. You should know if you can. But I will also add the caveat. Denise did the smartest thing last year at Mania. She stayed in her hotel room and did a watch along for Mania at Circa and just did her thing. And she sent Alex, Queen of the Ring, our pal, to go do all the live WrestleMania stuff. And like, she won. And
there's no live WrestleMania stuff anymore. So
yeah,
I'll tell you something that kind of sticks in my craw when people say, oh, you do this so you can get free tickets. I don't like going to shows. I like seeing people at the shows. I like seeing, this guy. I like seeing them. I like seeing you guys. But in the venues that we are usually in, especially Allegiant Stadium, we are confined to a press box, of which is designed for a 120-yard football field, including the end zones, not a 20 by 20 ring where I have to set up my 4K camera and literally zoom it in on the ring in case I miss something. But 50,000?
Sean, they're trying to bully me to go to TNA in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Cleveland. It's at the Wolstein Center. It's a pay-per-view.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 60,000 now. But
she's got 10,000 just by mentioning it on the show.
Just mentioning it on this show.
Something about a dick sucking contest. I gotta let you.
I'm going to Girl Fight on Sunday. I'm very excited about that. We're about to drop a bunch of interviews from Australia right now. Babes of Wrath and Kyle Fletcher. Shout out to Down Under the Ring. So it's at the Wolstein. Why would you not go?
Would they? I don't know if they like me over there.
So they don't like me, and they got to deal with me.
They don't reply to us anymore.
Yeah, I don't know who to talk to. Fair. I just talked to Macklin. He didn't have a job though, so
yeah, that's true. I mean, listen. Yeah, I mean, I got to deal with that as well. They don't like me either, but I'm too big. They got to deal with me.
Yeah, I'm not that important. They're like, we don't need. I don't want to like work either. Like they're gonna make me if I go like, well, do you want to be like on camera and do all this social media stuff? Like, no, I just want to go with my wife and enjoy the show. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything else.
I mean, right out of the pandemic, I went to the Skyway Studios show, and they said, any preference on where you sit? They're like, there's only like 3 rows because they're not meant. This wasn't meant for an audience. And I said, please off camera. And they put me as on camera as they possibly could.
Yeah, I remember that. You're on like during every break.
Got a great photo of Thunder Rosa doing her entrance, though. I know that.
What is it?
You got a great photo of Thunder Rosa doing her entrance. So there's that.
I did. She was a surprise there. And Thunder Rosa, good friend. And around the corner, and she locks eyes with me, and she shoots us a big grin. And it got used in magazines and stolen for a bunch of websites and all kinds of stuff.
Hell yeah. So you're going to Girl Fight, and then I'm going to be at C4's Bring It On All Women show as well. That's next Thursday. So between the two of us, we'll have plenty of opportunities to talk about these all women shows. And we had Mercedes Martinez on the show earlier this morning, and we talked a lot about women's wrestling with her. So good.
Athena working Girl Fight. We got new green card haver Shaza.
That's right.
As well on that show. Emily J, who we just dropped a new interview with. I interview her every year at WrestleCade since her career started. I met her right before she became a wrestler. And, my watch just notified me I got a message of somebody burying somebody else. That's fun. But Shaza will be there. Ali Albright will be there, who portrayed Shaza while I trained for the Shaza match. I went to Grindhouse and worked with Ali Albright. Not just Ali Albright, but one of my 6'2" super jacked catch wrestling teammates portrayed Shaza as well, complete with atomic drop that I practiced as well. So he will not be there. He's not wrestling on the show.
Did they hit you with the kendo stick?
No, but we did have like things there because he owns a gym. So he had things around that we could kind of use and go over and all that. But Shaza was so busy, she didn't get to go over a lot of stuff with me. Allie was great, though. Allie did like everything. Yeah, that was really a great experience, but I'm excited to see them. I had been snowed in for the better part of 2 weeks, so finally getting to go out and socialize is very nice. We've got that. I got a New York trip. I got Squared Circle Expo next month. It's good times. Joel's going to be out there doing stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I'm not leaving my house. I don't want to go anywhere.
You got to have somebody pin Joel for the title.
This Vancouver trip is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. Sean, I take off Saturday morning. I get back Monday morning. So it's gonna be fun.
I think I'm doing a full week at Mania too. Because
you are, eh?
Full week.
Honestly,
I mean, I did last year, and it's true. There's so much going on that like you have to almost.
Yeah, I might go in like Tuesday. I don't know yet, but honestly, getting snowed into New York when I did for a number of days, I was like, I can do my job on the road. I can handle that. Like, I won't have to pack as heavy with clothes because it's Vegas. I'll take a couple suits. I'll take a bunch of swimwear. I'll probably get thrown into a pool by Shotzi or something like that. But yeah,
you'll enjoy yourself. It'll be a good time for you, I hope.
Burial's getting crazy. I gotta go talk about this. I'll see you guys later.
Looking forward to
Talk about it here. What are we doing?
Talk about
Hold on.
Oh no.
Put it in the private chat.
Yeah, let us know what's happening here.
That's what you want.
I can't wait to see your reactions because
oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Okay.
Sean. Bell's got a ring. See you guys later.
Bye, Sean.
Oh, it must be Friday, right?
Yeah.
Where were we? So the whole thing about the Brody King story is just Dave. Like, give Dave his flowers for the work he does. And someone earlier asked, is he completely discredited now? And honestly, he's not batting 1,000 like we talked about, but he does hit home runs once in a while. And that's the problem with Dave.
It's been a while.
Oh, no, he got like the Survivor Series stuff. He hit a lot of that.
Right.
That was November. But like he's had a lot of moments where the dominoes fell as he kind of put them out there. That's why it's like with Dave, it really is you got to read tea leaves with him, and you gotta go past. You got to go past.
I would go more on what's like in the Observer and written than what he says.
Yes.
On the radio shows, because. Like he does like a radio show like every day. If not, it's definitely like 5 days a week, right? Like 5 days a week. I feel like they do one every single day. They do one like every
most
day.
Evenings, yeah.
Yeah. We do this show every day, Joel. We say some dumb shit on this show. Fortunately, no one like aggregates us like that.
This is because this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. It's much different. But my point is like. It's just very tough, and this is why I got a lot of respect for somebody like Sean, somebody like Denise. Like, it's very tough to just do this every single day and not say something, like not just go train of thought and possibly slip up and say some dumb shit. And it's worse when you are being kind of looked at like Dave is looked at. Again, no one cares what we have to say. That's why I can get away. I don't think I say anything wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not out here like going off the rail. I mean, in certain ways maybe. But I'm not outing anything that I don't feel I need to out type of thing. Like I'm not gonna say what Sean's message was in the private chat. That you'll never get that from me. Though, as I've said many times, people tell me stuff. I don't say shit. I might hint at shit. But I don't outright say anything. So I feel very careful with my words. Dave just isn't as careful with his words. And he's under much more of a microscope. Whereas with the Observer, at least he's reading it hopefully double checking it, although debatable based on.
I've seen those grammatical errors. I've seen this.
Yeah. And so it's just a little bit tougher. And so I do feel bad for him in that regard. But at the same time, like, you gotta know you're at this spot, and this is where I give Sean a lot of credit, because like he knows he's at this spot, and so he's not going to say anything that's going to be aggregated in a wrong type of way. And if he is, it is like, guys, that I was just saying, like, this is an opinion thing. Well, Dave won't actually say that. He will be combative, and I think that works to his detriment too.
And this is another thing with Sean, is that he has understood the movement in the field over the last while. And again, I won't speak for him, but I know Sean has mentioned how he grew up with sports reporting, not wrestling reporting. So his approach is different than someone like Dave, or even Wade Keller. And I see Ken Bruno saying, a generation of wrestling reporters losing their fastball. Wade kind of went away from doing scoops and stuff because his friends left the business. The people he was, really big with, they let Sean Waltman, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Paul Heyman, like, they all either went away or they just weren't doing what he was wanting them to do. They weren't talking as much. So Wade kind of leaned into analysis, and I like that, because there does need to be someone who's been watching wrestling for as long as he has and doing the business that he's done, talking about the shows and what works and what doesn't, and what has traditionally worked, what doesn't. I think one thing that I don't like about Wade is that sometimes he does kind of expect classic tropes to be the answer about wrestling when it doesn't need to be that way. And again, subjective art form, but he has people on his crew that do push back, and the way he runs his business is his own. But I give Wade more credit these days because he's a different opinion on something he's been talking about for a long time. There are tons of opinions in the space, but I give Wade a lot more because he's seen a lot and talked about a lot, and he knows a lot. He does. It's kind of crazy. But the way that wrestling media moves right now is we are, as Fightful, close to the top of the wave, whereas there are other people on the come up literally right with us and behind us. And it's kind of cool to see, and a little scary, because you want to stay competitive and you want to stay, gaining the trust and gaining the appreciation of your base. So you keep working at the hilt that you are, and to do things properly and to make things right and get it right. That's important. Everybody lies to us anyway. It's fine. Then we got Andrew Zarian out here just talking shit openly, and everyone's getting all upset. But I don't really. I love Andrew, so I got.
Wait, what does Zarian do?
No, because he made the cryptic tweet yesterday. The AEW World Title is going to be fun. Maybe it was 2 days ago when we were on, but I had a good laugh about that. He did the cryptic tweet, and then Matt Men made a joke about Phenomenal, and people started running with that. And it was just very funny. So Andrew's getting back in the game, buddy. He's back in the saddle again. He ain't going to Vegas, as far as I know, though. I've asked.
Smart.
I know. He could just go camp out at Louis Armstrong, get ready for Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Double or Muffin.
He doesn't need to go to Vegas.
We got a couple super chats, shall we? Okay, everything's AEW based, so we can get into it. Wrestling Observer Awards are great. Lena Cross with TK and Sid PWA show. There you go.
Kyle Fletcher made a surprising appearance on
Mark
that
Davis
one.
was in the main, I think.
Yeah.
Good for them. I like what they're doing in Australia. I said it earlier. I'm jealous of the AEW crew being in Australia right now, and then I remember they're there for like a cumulative 96 hours, and I would never want that because half of that includes flight time.
They got the WWE tryouts are going on, and of course they have everybody posting like, I got invited. There's a few Australian talents there. Natural Classics are there, Dropouts. They're both tag teams from Australia, so we'll see what comes of it. But yeah,
it's good to see. Hey, get your money and get your work, and I love it. Tenry's adding in, would love for Charlie, formerly Dakota Kai, to be at AEW Grand Slam Australia. She's going to be working Pro Wrestling Eve in the next little bit, facing Chris Statlander. That's
Wrestle Queendom. That's in March. I think it's March 8th. I believe.
She did the Busted Open interview. why couldn't you do it with us? And I love the quote that she's like, oh, I'd love to work AEW. I'd also love to work TNA. And I'm like, oh yeah, you'd say it here on Busted Open, where half the TNA brass are working.
And she said, so I'll be fair to
I'm mostly joking, but
I know, but I still want to be fair to the quote in the interview.
No.
She was asked, like, what about AEW or TNA? So, like, she was set up to say AEW and TNA specifically, and she said, yeah, either of those companies, any company, really. But she admitted, like, let me get back in the ring, let me get kind of my legs back and everything, and then we'll kind of evaluate after that. So, yeah, I don't know if she's going to pop up in AEW. It feels like I wouldn't mind her doing something. I don't know if she's going to be a Grand Slam Australia, although it would make a little bit of sense, assuming she's in Australia. I don't know where she's actually at right now. Granted, she could fly.
Can she?
Yeah,
like an airplane or like
Red Bull, gives you wings. So what I've heard. But like the House Rules show, maybe. I know that's not a televised event, but it feels like maybe she shows up at that House Rules show on Sunday. And Henry's saying the same thing, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. They got plenty going on. The Brawlin' Birds will be on that show.
Yeah.
So get ready.
Who are they? Birds. What do they do? Brawling.
I need that so bad. Henry's just saying Osprey Styles at Revolution would get all, or at Revolution will get all in 60, 70K. I assume an appearance from.
Yeah, I don't think either of those guys are wrestling at Revolution.
They're okay. Revolution ticket sales are fine. They're on their way to 13K in that Staples Center, so don't you worry. But,
I think All In's gonna do well anyway because they took a year off, so it'll feel like a hot return. And then you probably will have Osprey potentially winning the title on that show. People will be excited for that. And who knows what else they're gonna have on that show? But I think All In will be fine. I don't think anything's gonna top the first All In, but they'll continue to do good numbers there.
Wow, shots at All In Texas.
Well, it didn't do as well as the first All In. The second All In didn't do as well as the first All In.
You're talking from a money and gate and tickets perspective.
Yeah, not the like show itself.
Right.
I think probably my favorite the Texas show might actually. Well, Danielson winning the title was really good as well, but the Texas show was really good. All the All In shows have been, the first one might actually be the weakest, honestly. Like the main event was fine, but it was better than fine. It was a really good match. But like Joe and Punk was sort of the best match on that show. So
and post-match action was the best of the whole card.
Yeah,
you didn't get to see it for another 2 years.
Right. So yeah, the first All In might actually be the weakest of the shows, because the first All In was just very much a, hey, we're doing this major show, come see everybody, and like it had a good build, but not as good as the builds of the last two. Like the last two had really, really strong builds, especially the main events. So yeah.
And finally, we got a super chat from RP. Who is this? Who are you? Who are you normally?
Well,
are you my mother?
Money.
Is it my mother? She's an RP. Anyway, they say, would you have Brody King win a Grand Slam and then lose the title back to MJF at the house show? I don't necessarily think having him win it back at the house show would be the idea that I would go with, but a Brody King win would be a nice shocker. MJF could get away with having a short title reign. I think there's still more meat on the bone for MJF and opponents, but I wouldn't hate Brody King winning and giving a shock, but I think the shock that you got last week is about as shocking as it gets. Now, keeping Brody King hot and in contention for the title, I think that's going to be the long-term play. And I hope that they do it and they don't just say, okay, back of the line and we'll figure it out later. I do hope that they keep Brody an important character on the TV show.
I'm with you. I think that him beating MJF was the big thing, and now he's going to get the title match. I assume it's going to be a pretty competitive championship match. I assume MJF is going to win. Okay, what's the follow-up with Brody? Because MJF is going to be fine. He's gonna go to Revolution. He's gonna face, I assume, Hangman, but I don't know. Andrade's catching a little fire.
I think it might be Andrade.
Really?
Yeah, just there's the Latino man in LA facing MJF. Like there's something there. You could have a lot of fun with this.
And then you're doing heel and heel in that regard. Don Callis and MJF screaming at each other.
They're two different heels, though. That's the thing. Like Andrade's heel is being a cocky asshole, whereas I guess MJF is too. But when MJF does it, he's doing it against the crowd. When Andrade's doing it, he's doing it to the crowd. You know what I mean? Like the crowd, it's like kind of like Conan. Feel that's enough. He's that. He's too big. And Tenrys is saying he's a face in LA. Maybe he would be with a Latino crowd. They might just love him.
I think he would, honestly. I think he would get cheered and everything, but like I'm talking strictly from the television show. He's the heel on the television show. He cheats to win. He's aligned with Don Callis. He is the heel. I understand he gets cheers because a lot of wrestlers get cheers, whether they're baby. Kyle Fletcher gets cheers. Okay, like they get cheers when it comes to this stuff.
It's ESP3, by the way, and I agree with this. It balances if they do Swerve and Omega on that show, but they're not doing that show because that's next week, and I don't think Omega's working. Revolution.
Yeah, we don't know if they're doing Swerve and Omega on Revolution. We know they're doing it next week. We just don't know if they're doing it at Revolution. So we'll see. I don't know.
I'm also working personally really hard on giving up the save it for the pay-per-view mentality. Because I think that there are big matches that should be on pay-per-view, and I agree that Swerve and Omega is a big match that could be on pay-per-view. However, you got a TV partner to satisfy too, and if you can bring up big TV numbers on a big match that's on TV, and you do have Triller that shows you without the ads and things like that, like I do think that there's a place for a big match like that anchoring your 1 week of television. So I'm not against them doing Swerve and Omega on TV this week or next week.
Well, they're doing it, so. You already.
No, I know. I liked it. I just saw the pushback, and I was like, I don't agree with the pushback. I think it's a perfectly good match to put on TV, as much as it will be on pay-per-view. You should celebrate that you're getting enough free TV and not having to shell out $50 for it.
Yeah. I don't know if MJF and Andrade, like, it'd be a great match. I guess I just worry about the promo material a little bit. From
Last Real Man, you never have. It's just going to be sex. It's just going to be. You take off your pants, I take off my pants, and MJF goes to take off his pants, and everyone's like, no, and that's it.
I mean, there's that. I think MJF is smart enough not to say certain things, but also MJF is not afraid to say certain things. So
I think it would be very funny if it turns into, I only want Alicia to do my interviews. That's how they play it up, and it's Lexi Nair's like, who are you? No, you're not my interviewer. I want the other one. And that's how he gets into MJF.
But MJF doesn't, like, on television, doesn't care about that shit. I don't need Alicia being Deborah here. I don't need that. Yeah, I just compared Andrade and MJF to Rock and Austin.
I hear she makes amazing cookies, though.
I don't need any of this stuff. I worry. Like, I know they've been going back and forth on social media for a while now, MJF and Andrade, and like they have mentioned the divorce and the marriage stuff. So I get worried about it just because, like, I think he's better than this stuff. That's why I get worried about it. Like, I just don't want to hear it.
Well, the problem is, you should get worried because sometimes he'll make a Diddy reference and everyone will be like, nope, wasn't part of the plan. Don't like that.
Like, I'm not offended by this stuff he says. He says a lot of stuff. Like, hey, look, greater than heart, like, that's what I'm worried about. Like, I would hope he's smart enough not to go there, but I don't know, Like, I just don't know. I hope he is smart enough not to say any of that. But is MJF. He says shit.
He does.
So that's why I'm worried about the MJF stuff. Like, it just... He's a great promo. I'm never going to take that away from him. He's a really great promo. I think he could be even better if he just cuts out some of his material.
Well, we'll see what they do. I would like to see Andrade. I think that would be a fun match. Whether or not it's the last match on the card, that kind of remains to be seen. Normally, I'd like the world title match to be the last match.
It'll be last.
You're expecting Andrade to really pull his weight though. But again, ticket sales are doing well. There is an expectation that they're going to cross 10,000, and if they can bring it to 13 for a show like that with an ensemble card too, then you could get a good Revolution card out of this.
Let's not throw around accusations here,
This
Tenruza.
This isn't Cresta Star here.
Why would I watch with my fingers covering my eyes? I could still hear the promo at that point. I would, have my hands over my ears, okay?
What, you don't have closed captioning on? Is that how you watch wrestling?
No, I don't have closed captioning on. I hate closed captioning on sports games because it's always behind and everything. Like, it's stupid. Like, no, I hate that. So
it'd be perfect. Anyway. That's all I got. And that's all the super chats we have. What do you want to do now?
We can run through Grand Slam Australia because it's a great lineup. I think it's going to be a tremendous show, the best Grand Slam Australia show ever. I hope to be able to watch it in the afternoon, Joel.
Don't worry, I have made plans. Shut
okay,
up.
all right.
You can probably watch it in the morning if you try hard enough. Jesus,
I
got you.
I don't know if I can read lips. I mean, I kind of can because you have enough kids. They say enough things. You kind of like learn all of this stuff. So
I was saying vacuum.
so maybe. No, that was a good chat. Tenruza, I got a good laugh at it and joke about it. So yeah.
The Continental Championship on the line at Grand Slam Australia. Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita. Pretty good one.
Man, I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, these two are going to beat the shit out of each other. I see Moxley winning, but I would rather Takeshita win it and be like, you, me, Okada, we're going to recombine these stupid belts.
Is there a chance this goes to the time limit?
It's always a chance. It's a 20-minute show or 20-minute match. There's a time limit.
Yeah. What I do like about AEW is, especially recently, like, they're not afraid to just beat people, and it doesn't hurt anybody. Like, Swerve lost, he's fine. Kenny lost, he's fine. Like, that's an issue.
It's all in the bounce back. It's all in the bounce back in the presentation.
Yeah, Okada lost. Or not Okada. Well, he did lose to Moxley, but he's still fine. MJF lost. He got squashed. He's fine. Like, I like that they are not afraid to beat people, and so that's why, like, I don't want to go to they're just going to a time limit because they're not gonna beat anybody here. But if they were going to do a time limit, this would make some sense to do a time limit. I'm leaning towards Moxley. And then maybe at Revolution they do the three-way with Okada. But, like, Okada can't interfere. Is it interfering? I don't love this idea, but I'm going to throw it out there just because, it's a stupid idea, and I throw out a lot of stupid ideas. Is it interfering if, like, the coin drop hits and Takeshi gets thrown up? But, like, Okada doesn't come down, but Takeshi gets thrown off. I'm not saying this goes immediately to the finish. Don't do distraction roll up, like that bullshit or anything. But he just gets thrown off enough, and Moxley takes advantage and wins the match, and that's how you can set up a troll. Like, Okada never shows up, and then maybe we find out, like, Don Callis hit the coin drop because it was all a ruse to turn on Takeshita. Yeah. Like, I think I don't think this is gonna happen. Like, I'm not in love with this idea. I'm just kind of spitballing here.
I would have Henry's got it. Okada's the one pressing the button because typically Don Callis would be out on commentary because he's allowed to be on commentary for those matches.
Right, sure. Okada can press the button or whatever, but, like, Don Callis was the mastermind.
Yeah,
behind the whole thing.
To be the mastermind, but he wouldn't be the one who physically did it at the time. You could do that. I honestly would just like to see Moxley get beat clean, and then Takeshita and Okada move towards their one-on-one match, and they combine the stupid titles again, and then that we realize that they were listening to us, and that's it.
Okay.
And then Moxley can go on and, I don't know, shave the rest of his team's heads, because that's a thing that's happening. Mixed tornado tag. The loser of the fall has their head shaved, which I really wish they had kept it as both competitors get their head shaved. But Timeless Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy, they're going to team up to take on the Death Riders, Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. Everyone is expecting Wheeler Yuta. I think it might be Marina. I think it's going to be one of the women who gets shaved, and I would think it's Marina.
All right.
She can go tank girl, and she'll look great. But I also wouldn't put it past Tony Storm to get her head shaved.
I think anyone's on the table. Maybe Orange Cassidy's not.
It feels like a cop out if it's him.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, of the four, certainly, because like women shaving their head is obviously like a big deal. And then Yuta with that hair and how much has been made of his hair would obviously be a big deal.
Thinking about it, sorry, I could see Yuta losing, and I can see Mina Shirakawa coming out and doing the head shaving because he took the hunk from her hair on Wednesday.
This is why I think like Yuta's gonna lose, because it could still be Marina, but regardless, I think the heels are gonna lose, because how do you cut Mina's hair and then the baby faces also lose the match? There's got to be the revenge factor there. And it also feels like Tony and Mina like have lost a lot in this, because going back to just blood and guts when they had Mina and getting whipped and in the mother's milk and Tony quit.
Yeah,
it feels like they've lost a lot during this. So yeah, I think that Tony and Orange Cassidy win. I'm still gonna go with Yuta. I feel like that's gonna be the option here. Marina wouldn't surprise me though.
Yeah, we'll find out, but I could see it. Definitely the Death Riders taking they're going to lose.
Yeah,
and I'm open to both Marina and Wheeler getting.
All right, Nick's saying I could see Marina losing and Yuta sacrifices. Okay, I'm not.
It's kind of baby face-ish.
Yeah,
I think Roddy should come out after the fact and just be like, "No, don't do it to my wife. I want to do it."
I don't know what the hell Roddy's doing. He's like.
He
walked out on Orange Cassidy, so maybe there's something there that they're doing. Maybe Roddy's gonna join the Death Riders. He's gonna help Marina and Yuta, and
he has too much hair to join the Death Riders. We've already talked about this.
Oh, maybe this is why again he sacrifices his. Yuta has a lot of hair. He sacrifices.
He's got all the hair for everyone else.
Okay.
Pac got a haircut and gave it to Yuta.
All right. Well, again, maybe Roddy sacrifices himself for. He sacrificed himself for Marina, and he gets his head shaved, and he joins the Death Riders.
That is part of the Death Riders welcoming committee.
Yeah.
Get the Clippers out. Winner gets the AEW World Championship match at Revolution. Andrade El Idolo versus Hangman Adam Page. Both men fluent in Spanish. One man speaks it much better than the other. I would rather Andrade, because I also, looking at the picture, I remember Hangman's a trios champion, and I'd like to see the trios titles defended on a pay-per-view.
Gives a fuck. No one cares about even Jet Speed on Friday were like they were like, yeah, we should go get gold, we should go tag gold, singles gold, more gold, and it's like you already can you not defend these titles?
Fucking Goldfinger over here, more gold.
This is the issue with Tony Khan perpetuating the everyone can have multiple titles issue. I think it's just double used issue. But this is the problem with it. Everyone just now thinks like, oh, well, they got multiple titles. No, stop it. We don't need all these people having multiple titles. Just defend the titles that you have. That's it. I think Hangman's going to win because it's set up for MJF to beat Hangman at Revolution. Hangman beat him twice last year, including Revolution. MJF gets that win back, and I mean it's 2 wins at this point. Like they've been doing a long-term story with Hangman and MJF, so it feels like it's to blow off Hangman and MJF here. I wouldn't mind Andrade winning. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm okay with Andrade winning. I think he's he's gotten over to this point to where it's like, you know what? Why not? Why not go with Andrade here? But part of an issue that I could see is Andrade's got Tsuji at the end of the month. Maybe he wins that title, and like that's fine, and you carry on with that. It would feel a little bit weird of, hey, your number one contender just got beat by Yota Tsuji on this New Japan show, and the optics of that aren't great when it comes to that. And I could see Tony being a little bit like, yeah, we gotta figure that out, because I don't want my number one contender losing on this New Japan show. Yeah, maybe just put the global title on Andrade. Be fine with that too.
Yeah.
So, but then maybe New Japan doesn't want their global champion losing in the main event of Revolution to MJF. Fuck it. Just put all the titles on Andrade. Just put all the titles on Andrade. That's where I'm going with this.
Trios champion Andrade. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be Jet Set Rodeo versus the Death Riders at Revolution for the Trios titles. There's your Moxley match. There, Moxley drops the Continental title, and then it's going to be Moxley and the other two Balds. I guess the other Bald. It's going to be Moxley and the Balds versus Jet Set Rodeo.
No.
Yeah, you're going to see it.
I think Hangman wins.
Okay. Well, we're on opposite sides of the page, so we'll find out on Saturday. TNT Championship ladder match. It's Game 7, because if it's a Game 7 in AEW, you got to do a ladder match. Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe. It's back, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Mark Briscoe loses, Kyle Fletcher wins, keeps the title. I'm really looking forward to the match. I think it's gonna be an awesome match.
Loser should be joining the Don Callis family. Mark Briscoe should be joining the Don Callis family. That's all I'm saying.
No, they had the opportunity to do that and they didn't do it. Yes. I would have been fine with that. We came up with a lot of great skits for Mark Briscoe and the Don Callis family, but they're not doing that at this point.
Should have done it, bunch of cowards. Women's Tag Team Championships finally on the line. Babes of Wrath versus Mega Bad. Let's do it. New women's tag team champions. Let's do it.
I'm of two minds here. Like, I think they should just get the titles off of Willow and Harley, just simply because
they shouldn't have all the titles.
Yeah. And you can move on, and then Willow could just defend the TBS title. If Tony's winning and Fletcher's winning, I guess Harley can take a loss. I feel like, and I know it's not like,
she's losing too.
What?
I was gonna say Harley's the only one who just can't get a win at home.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, oh, I feel bad for you. Like, it's pro wrestling. You got to lose. Like, but Harley losing twice on these shows, it's like, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's possible that Mega Bad wins, and then we get the Iconics out there.
Are they going to be called the Inspiration now, or are they going to?
I don't know.
They're going to find a new 2I word.
Yeah, they're gonna be called the Intelligences.
No, the Elegances already exist. I don't want to call them the Intelligences.
No, the Intelligences.
It seems awful.
What were the three I's? Intelligence, the Integrities. Call them the Integrities.
Was it it was intelligence, integrity, and intensity. Call them the Intensities.
Just call them the three I's.
The three I's. But then they got to add a third, and Harley Cameron's gonna have to join them. So there you go.
That'd be great. That'd be a really fun trio, honestly. They should win the trios title, since we previously made that a mixed gender title.
So Harley loses the match. Mega Bad are the new tag champions. The Iconics come out, and Harley joins the Iconics. And then they beat up Willow. And that's how they do it. She's going to turn heel, Harley Cameron, because she does the theme song.
I'm fine with this. I think Harley and the Iconics would be awesome. I mean, I don't know. The matches, I don't know, but the segments would be awesome.
They were here for the entertainment.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
I didn't want to bring this up, but yes, it would sound like this.
The integrities.
Integrities. We are children here. Jenner is asking if there will be any surprises. Lena Cross, Robbie Eagles, maybe at the house show.
Yeah, I don't think on the actual Grand Slam show, because they kind of got that thing booked up, and I don't know where they're gonna like add anything on this. But I think at the house show you'll get those surprises, and you'll have people having some matches there.
Yeah, and finally for the AEW World Championship, MJF defense against Brody King. A bunch of Aussies yelling "fuck ice" is going to be a hell of a time, but here we are. They're going to be just throwing ice in the ring, and they're going to have to get on the microphone and be like, please stop throwing your ice in the ring. It's not good for you.
What was that accent? That was like British.
That was like a Brit-Australian.
I don't know about that one, Joel.
Tossing a little New Zealander.
No, okay. All right.
No sheep at the show. Anyway, I assume MJF wins, but I expect, like you said, a competitive match that puts over Brody King as a hell of a competitor, which should be fun.
And Buddy Matthews potentially returning. I hope so. Like I hope that Buddy can return. He's been out. It'd be a year now because it was Grand Slam Australia last year, right? So
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Ring gate. What size is the ring going to be this year, Jeremy?
Yeah, 16 by 18.
Jesus, that sounds awful.
It's not going to be a squared circle. It's going to be a squared rectangle.
It's going to be it'd be very funny if they use the Triller ring, the Triller boxing ring, the triangle ring.
I don't think Buddy's going to like interfere on this and do anything like that. Like I hope he comes back soon. I hope he's getting healthy and everything, but I don't think they're going to insert him into like this is unfortunate for Buddy because he got hurt and he's been out for a year. But this is what happened to Mark Davis is the time has just kind of passed him by. Like the guy he was teaming with has gone on and done bigger and better things, and now he's a singles guy. And so Buddy and Brody, like, I guess you can go to it and Brody can win, and then that'll be that. But the time of them like teaming, certainly, and even kind of like feuding is like it's just sort of passing by. This is when when people were trying to fantasy book like the Keith Lee return when Swerve was the champion and everything. It's like I don't know. It's like the time has just passed that whole thing by. Like Swerve is just kind of outgrown all of that. Literally, I think Brody is just now. I think Brody is just outgrown all of that.
People saying my accents are crimes against humanity. You people are crimes against humanity.
Factual. I mean, I enjoy them. They're something, but
they're perfect.
Yeah.
No one can do an Aussie accent like me. Not even the Aussies. They don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, that's Grand Slam. It's going to be a fun show tonight. SmackDown, Dallas, Texas. Watch it on Sci-Fi in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you can watch it on Netflix internationally because you're smart. The WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill, Jordan Grace, a match that everyone's talking about. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Jade, still women's champion, or is it going to be Jordan Grace? Shocker.
Just put the title on Jordan. I think Jade's going to win, but just put the title on Jordan.
It's fine. Ray Phoenix takes on Trick Williams. That's a fun one.
They just did this like 3 weeks ago.
That was his first match. That was Trick's debut match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We're back, baby.
And then they did the backstage segment. I was like, didn't y'all just wrestle like again 2 or 3 weeks ago? I feel like I just saw this. Why are we doing this again? Trick wins. That's fine. I like Trick, but this is a stupid match.
The women's elimination chamber qualifying match: Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is there to eat the pin to Julia.
No, I think Alexa. Julia just ate the pen last week. Like,
I'm trying to make her whole, Jeremy.
They don't. I think Alexa wins this. Like they're going probably star power in the chamber, and I think Julia would be great in the chamber, but I don't think they put the U.S. title. She's the women's U.S. champion, right? I can't remember these things. Okay, I think Alexa wins.
All right. Then we go back to Julia and Zelina for the U.S. title because
sure.
Best wishes to Chelsea Green. I hope she comes back as soon as she possibly can.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Her ankle injury.
Yes, it is. Women's tag titles on the line. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky take on Nia Jackson, Lash Legend.
Oh,
Lash Legend.
Hell yeah. Lash and Rhea setting up the WrestleMania main event in
So
this match.
let's go. They biff the finish. The Bellas come out and they attack both teams. We want our
That would
title
suck.
shot.
No. I think just Rhea and Io win. And
it's so funny looking at this possible women's tag match and being like, oh yeah, by the way, Rhea and Io are gonna beat all of them going into Mania. But I think now as we get closer, feels like Bellas and Rhea and Io is just the match.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted. Anyway, not my problem. And then meanwhile, the main event, presumably, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn, men's elimination qualifier. What do you do, and how do you get all three men in the chamber using this match? Drew McIntyre comes out and claymores them all, leaves them laying, and then Nick Aldis says, "I'm sick of this shit. Everyone's wait. Why am I doing an Aussie?
I don't know what you're doing.
I went into Aussie mode for that one. Anyway, see, my accents are perfect, immaculate. He says, "I've seen enough. Everyone's in the match."
As dumb as that sounds, they might do it.
What they're going to do. They're going to no contest the shit out of this match.
Well, it's no DQ. So
no contest it then.
So like the way you're like actually said is Drew just comes out and like destroys all three guys, and then the match just gets like thrown out, and then Nick Aldis is like, I'm just gonna put them all in the chamber. And then
you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself, Drew McIntyre.
And then Adam Pearce is like, "What the fuck, man? Why do you get 4 people in the chamber?" And then all this is like, "Well, it's for my title.
You got your match.
It's for the title on my brand, so that's why I get 4 people on there." Who qualified on Monday? I already forgot. Who qualified on Monday?
Randy.
No, that was Friday.
Last week. Who did qualify on Monday?
You don't remember either.
I don't remember any of this.
Oh, it was they faced Penta in Theory. I forgot who won the damn match.
It was LA Knight.
Was it LA Knight? Okay.
LA Knight who's gonna face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's right.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
I remember who they beat. I couldn't remember who actually won the match.
Just an amazing spot. All 3 of those guys are going to be in the chamber.
It wouldn't
like what?
As stupid as it would be, like I could 100% see Drew just like beating up all 3 guys, and then just all this is like they're all in the chamber. Like, oh, all right.
On the plus side, it means that we wouldn't have to talk about SmackDown on Monday.
I mean, they've been making a habit of that anyway, so sure. Well,
maybe that'll bring Tony onto the show because it's another DQ finish. You can talk about Australia. You can talk about Grand Slam.
Could, yeah.
There you go.
Could, yeah.
All right. Well, it is Friday, Jeremy. Do you have it ready?
Well, what was your moment of Thursday, Joel?
My moment of Thursday was watching Mara Sade bring out the dum-dums to take out the other dum-dum. Ryan Nemeth had a hell of a showing. That was the match of the night. Match of the year, in fact. 5 stars in the Observer, the Joel Zerver.
Okay, that sounds like your ratings. I can buy that.
Thank you.
Mine was Daria Ray being like, "This isn't in the script," even though we announced that this was in the script. Did no one like check that? Like,
you're asking too much of the production, and you're talking to 2 men with CTE trying to put that show together. You just can't win.
Like, what are we doing that you couldn't figure that out? So like, hey, we're gonna announce that Moose is. Maybe Mike Santana interrupting wasn't part of the script, but
they were about to bring out the Hardys.
Otherwise, like, then a lot of stuff isn't in the script because people interrupt everybody all the time. So she should be mad about a lot of things, honestly.
Good. I hope she's mad all the time. She calls everyone emotional, and then she gets emotional and has a breakdown in the ring. They commit her to an asylum, and that's how Rebellion goes off the air. Jeremy's there being like, cinema.
I would love that. I'd be all for it. the show just ending early.
Results of our poll question?
Results of our poll question. How are you spending your Valentine's Day? I feel like people are lying on this thing.
Oh, geez, no.
12% says going out. 19% said going in and out. That's what I voted for.
Nice.
22% said proposing at TNA, which I don't feel like is the truth.
I mean, it could be. We don't know. Some people spend their money. Who knows?
And 47% said staying in. All right.
Got to watch AEW Grand Slam Australia.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hope everyone has a good Valentine's Day.
Amazing.
What did we accomplish today, Joel?
Mercedes Martinez is the absolute GOAT in this man's eyes. Fantastic interview. Go check that out. If you want to go to WrestleMania, just don't. Stay home. Save yourself time, effort, money, plans. The create is only as good as yours. So just go hang out with your friends or your dog. Go in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And
don't
finally,
go in and out of your dog.
And finally, get the story right. Otherwise, what are we really doing here? Get it right or don't get it at all.
The biggest thing we accomplished today is don't say words. And if you're going to say words, make sure you're careful with your words. So giant corporations don't have to issue statements telling you why your words are wrong.
Hashtag words matter. Get it wrong, but don't accept that it's wrong.
Yeah,
that's also a valid
that's also
point.
Something.
Anyway, it is Friday, so break out your favorites. It's time, baby.
Mana, the final boss, and here we go. This is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
And here we go. How much I got left there? I got to get some more.
I cut you off there before we went to it.
Yeah. I don't know what I was saying. It was something about this dumbass show.
Probably words. It's fine. Don't say the words.
And there we go.
You almost finished it.
I kind of was trying to, but I got one shot left for next week. So I'll finish it next week.
To celebrate next week's big event.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening next week, but sure.
To celebrate my mother maybe making an appearance on the show.
Oh, all right.
Don't drink in front of my mom.
Is your mom not a drinker?
No, actually, she's not. No one in my family is really a drinker. I was the most drinker of our family, and you know how much I drink, which isn't much anymore.
Would she get like offended?
No.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna. Honestly, if she does make an appearance, it will literally be an appearance, and that will be it.
Well, that's fine. I'll just hit the mana when she's on the show. You know.
Oh, she'd be so confused. She's like, "Why does my son and his podcast partner get drunk on Fridays?"
I mean,
my mom doesn't watch the show like yours does.
Yeah, I think both of them. I mean, your mom's smarter when it comes to that.
To this, that's it. Yes, your mom is incredibly intelligent herself, lovely and beautiful as well.
But she shouldn't be watching this show. Nobody should be watching this show.
Well, I think more people should be watching this show and committing their time to us because we do this 5 days a week for you, the people. We do it for The Rock. We do it for the people.
Chris Paul's retiring. That's
good for him.
What a sad final year for Chris Paul.
You just said, forget this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Unfortunate the way his final season ended. But
I didn't realize Zoe Sager also got a tryout.
Yeah.
She is ID, but she's getting me up.
Yeah, that's weird. Like you're already under an ID. Why do you have to do like a tryout thing?
You got to prove that you are more than just an ID. You've been ID'd for the big time.
All right, sure, yeah.
By the way, just worth pointing out there. Wrestling Observer Newsletter, worst television announcer. 516 votes. You want to do the thing?
I gotta pop my dick, man.
Proof that the Observer voters are all idiots if they think Booker T is the worst announcer.
Second place, Pat McAfee, 123. 3 is Michael Cole with 102 votes. Vic Joseph, who should have been number 2, 45. And Tony Schiavone with 40. To each their own, I guess.
Booker T is the best announcer. The Blanco is better. I like the Blanco better.
For a week, and then you got deep into it, and it wasn't so good no more.
Well, yeah, but like, you know, if I drank tequila regularly, I mean, this bottle has lasted now September, October, November, December, January. This is a 5-month bottle right here. My first swig was September 15th. And yeah, I only drink it on this show. True. So this bottle has lasted me 5 months. Like if I drank tequila regularly, I did prefer on first swig, the Blanco was better. So yeah.
So the lower that bottle gets when Maven drinks it, the more he will dislike it.
Yeah, I mean, like unless he drinks it all within like the first couple of weeks, but I just stopped liking it like a month ago. Like, all right, now it's probably just been sitting here too long.
That's fair. Just put it in the closet in the back. Wait for next week to finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna finish it next week. It'll be gone next week. Then I gotta go get a new bottle. I'll switch back to the gold next time. We'll keep mixing it up.
There you go. Next week, I will be here Monday and Friday. I don't know about Tuesday. SB3 might just be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've said I don't need to be two show Joel, but I did tell him, you take my Wednesday and I'll take Tuesday. And he said, nah, big dog, I'll do both. And I was like, we'll see.
SB3 he's always working hard.
He always is. I'm never gonna take that away from him. He made the offer, so we'll see. It'll be some combination of Jeremy and SB3 and a lot of guests we're looking forward to. So come and join us next week. Enjoy your weekend. Go do whatever makes you happy. If you got someone that you're gonna go have fun with on Valentine's Day, enjoy it, have fun with it, be safe, make sure it's consensual.
Very consensual, Joel.
And we'll be back. So leave a thumbs up on the way out. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who he is because I just said his name. You know who I am because it's on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.